welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, Colerain High School. It's Waycross Community Media's presentation of Colerain Cardinal football. I am Brandon Wyatt alongside Daniel Rod here as the Cardinals play host to the Sycamore Aviators in GMC action.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. I'm really looking forward to this. You know how much I love Colerain football, and it's going to be a really good matchup tonight. Two solid teams playing some good football right now.
Yeah, Coach Rod was the quarterbacks and coach here for a while, offensive assistant here, so he'll give us some good insights and
hopefully
insights.
Hopefully I can still remember most of the things. I got my good partner right next to me though, so we're gonna have some fun tonight.
Going a little deeper, he was also a quarterback at Anderson back in the days when they were contending for a Region 4 title under Coach Siriano out there.
Long time ago.
On the east side. So as we get set to play here, the Colerain Cardinals again playing host to the Sycamore Aviators. The Cardinals coming in at 1-2, getting their first win of the season last week against Mason. And the Sycamore Aviators coming 2-1 with a big win last week against the Fairfield Indians.
Sycamore's a solid team. They had a big win week 1, 47-34 over Loveland, over a good Loveland team. Had a tough week 2 game. Lost 34-12 versus Kings, and then bounced back last week and had an impressive 42-18 win over Fairfield. They got some good players on offense. Their quarterback is definitely the one that makes them go. Number 8, William Engel. He's a senior. Accounted for 12 touchdowns in 3 games. I mean, he's definitely the bulk of their offense. They got some big boys up front. It's going to be a tall task for the Colerain Cardinals, but Colerain always seems to play well against Sycamore. So see if that can hold true tonight.
Yeah, and it seems like even in years when Sycamore has a really good team. I mean, the team that made the state semifinals still got blown up by these Cardinals by 50 points.
Yes,
there's something about the Aviators when they play the Cardinals, just something goes against them. Now, the Cardinals also tonight, as you'll get a look here on Waycross to see the picture, they will also be coming out in some new digs. They were selected as one of Nike's schools representative of their new uniform design this year, so the Cardinals are coming out for the first time this season in their all-black uniforms, and I'm sure the kids are excited about that.
And they are sweet.
Yes.
I wish I had uniforms like that when I played. Back when I played, I had to, we had the real floppy uniforms where you had to get your mom to hem them up so they didn't go all the way down past your kneecaps.
We had the floppy ones, but 2 people got the skin-tight ones. They had their own special jerseys. Quarterback and the fullback both got the.
I never got a special jersey.
They got special jerseys because they wanted them as tight as possible, so they couldn't grab onto them. So you see the Cardinals as they go through the tunnel. It is Colerain Cardinal Youth Football Night here as the Cardinals go through the tunnel.
This was always one of my favorite nights. Being able to see all the youth and all the community, all the kids in the community come out to the games Friday night. It really shows you how much the Colerain community loves Colerain football. And that's one thing, being from the east side, that's one thing I realized right when I got here is Colerain football is everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you please welcome to the field the visiting
Colerain Cardinal youth football team, a little bit different under a little bit different organization, so they're kind of a little bit different this year, but their tradition remains the same and not quite as big. They're kind of reflective, I think, of the high school team as well. Not quite as big as a tunnel as we might see on elementary school night, but a tunnel nonetheless that these kids look forward to. Not only do the kids look forward, and to your point, the kids look forward to shaking the players' hands. The players look forward to going through that tunnel because a lot of them used to be there.
It definitely adds a different element of electricity to the environment. I mean, I could feel that when I was here coaching, and I know the players and the people in the stands can feel that. So it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a real fun night. Beautiful night for football, too. Couldn't ask for better weather.
So we're not really sure what the start is. There's usually the countdown on the clock.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your Colerain Cardinals!
Cardinals come out. You get to see them in their all black.
Sycamore won the toss, deferred to the second half, so your Colerain Cardinals will receive to start this game.
The head coach of the Aviators, Scott Totillo.
So the Cardinals will, Sycamore won the opening kick, so they will take the option to defer. The Cardinals will get the ball first here.
That makes sense.
So the Cardinals set to receive here. Aviators set to kick.
Kicking off for Sycamore. Number 94.
94, Benedict Hogan set to kick off.
It's always crucial to start this game with good field position. Hopefully the Colerain Cardinals can take this kickoff and get it back close to midfield.
Just one man back for the Cardinals, Jay Moore. Sits at his own 10. Kick is up high and away. It's short. It'll be fielded about the 15-yard line by one of the upbacks. Number 7 takes it down the sidelines. Not a lot of room to run, but Xander Wynn is able to get it across the 30. And that's when the Cardinals take their opening possession.
Definitely a player to watch tonight. Number 8, Jennings, the quarterback for Colerain. He is a sophomore. I had the pleasure of coaching Deshaunte Jones, who was a former quarterback at Colerain a couple years back, and I can tell you confidently, number 8 reminds me a lot of Deshaunte Jones when he was a sophomore. So Colerain fans, that should sound pretty good to you guys.
Yeah, the kid was a little good career as well as at Ohio State.
He's definitely progressing as games go on as well. Looks like we got tight end to the left, traditional triple option formation.
Levert Jarman in motion. He's going to take
jet
the jet sweep, try to find some space, and he is stuffed the line of scrimmage. Good step up into the lane and nowhere to go for Levert Jarman on the opening handoff.
And that is Colerain's traditional jet sweep.
On the tackle for Sycamore.
Very similar to the toss sweep, but it's a little bit more deceptive when they hand off right behind center like that. Little side note, Levert Jarman is probably one of 2 or 3 two-way players for Colerain. He plays outside linebacker, and he's a stud at outside linebacker as well.
So it'll be officially no gain in motion. Mary Shannon keeps it, handoff up the middle. MJ Flowers looking and not much going on the opening there, but he does fall forward, gets about 4 on the play, makes it a little bit more manageable, 3rd and 6.
Colerain's been in their traditional triple option sets the first 2 plays. They're about 50-50 shotgun, spread, pistol action, as well as half and half with the triple option. So we'll see if they stay in triple option or they go to the pistol. They're going to stay under center here. Might be a good time for a play action.
So Jennings sends Shannon in motion.
Nope.
There's
a pull by Jennings.
Keeps it, steps
He's going to be short.
And he made a good read there to tuck it inside, but didn't get to backside blocking, and is going to be just about a yard short of the first down. And
I would bet they go for it right here.
First decision for Cutright.
Quarterback sneak.
It's a 4th and 1.
4th down and 1.
With the special team struggles they've had, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think this is a good situation to go for it. I mean, it's 4th and 6 inches. Yep. I wholeheartedly agree with this call.
So the Cardinals step to the line. 4th and less than a yard
Sycamore
to go.
stack in the box.
Shannon in motion. It's going
Quick
to be
handoff to MJ.
Trap to Flowers.
And he's not going to get it. It doesn't look like it. Did they give him forward progress?
Nope, not give him forward progress, and he is stopped for a loss. So the Aviators stuff the Cardinals on the opening possession, and the Aviators will take over for the first time in Cardinal territory.
For Sycamore.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go just to the traditional quarterback sneak right there. They decided to go with the old belly option handoff to the outside, just trying to put their ball in their best player's hands. And Sycamore was definitely ready for it. They flew to the ball really well right there. Now we get our first look at Sycamore's offense.
As per mentioned, it is going to be a heavy diet of quarterback. William Ingalls is pretty much Mr. Everything for the Aviators.
He is definitely an all-GMC player up to this point in the season. I mean, he's run for 519 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's averaging 173 yards per game rushing.
And for the third consecutive week, someone on the team is pulled out for the first play of the game. And again, I don't know what this uniform thing is.
I don't know.
But
it really depends on the referee crew.
It's been every single game.
I've noticed that some refs are pretty crazy about it. Some aren't. Little zone read handoff.
Hand up, breaks one tackle, still on his feet, out across the 20. It'll be a first down into the red zone for Cody Charles.
For the Aviators. On the tackle.
Little traditional zone read handoff. Broke a tackle in the backfield. Broke a couple more tackles. Got going. Colerain's going to need to flow to the football a little bit better.
16.
It looks like they had him in the backfield.
Yeah, they did.
Just broken arm tackle and kept going.
Sycamore's got some big boys up front. They definitely have the size advantage on the lines, offensively and defensively.
Eagle takes it.
Quarterback power, number 8. That's their guy right there. Great tackle.
Keeps it, and he went down.
He might be hurt.
He went down immediately. That would be
Hopefully he gets back up.
Kind of got flipped in the air, and he kind of just immediately kind of just stopped.
Yep, he just fell down. It looks like he got hit in the lower half.
It's one of those where he almost like knew he was hurt. It wasn't like a vicious hit
not
to
at
the
all.
head or anything. He just kind of got hit about leg high, and you don't know if he just got bent here awkwardly, but as soon as he lands, he just doesn't – he knows he's hurt.
You could tell when a player gets hit like that and they drop the ball before they get to the ground like that. You can tell they're in some pain. He's a heck of a player, though. I'm praying he gets back up, and he's okay.
And that would be a huge blow to the Aviators. Like you said, he's is
everything.
Mr. Everything.
Yep.
He's their leading rusher. He's their leading passer. If he could throw the ball to himself, I'm sure he'd be his leading receiver.
I'm sure he would be. Their running back, Cody Charles, he's a senior as well. 38 carries, 277 yards, 1 touchdown, averaging 92 yards a game on the ground. Looks like he's going to have to get the bulk load of the carries moving forward if number 8 can't get healthy and get back in there and play.
He is up.
He's up.
He's not immediately like one of those bounced up and let everyone know I'm okay. They are being very ginger.
As they should be. I couldn't tell if that was a knee or a shoulder. It looked like a knee to me, but you never know.
Judging by the contact, you would have thought it would have been a lower leg injury.
Yeah. Looks like he's walking off on his own power. Thank God. Hopefully he's okay. He's a good player. Don't ever want to see anybody get hurt on the field.
So he is under his own power, but
little bit of help. It'll be interesting to see what Sycamore does now with their no doubt their star player out.
Second down and 4.
But any good coaching staff always has a secondary plan in place in case this happens. We got number 18 in the game now playing quarterback.
18 for Sycamore is not listed on the roster given to us.
That looks like 18, right? Yeah.
Might be 16, which is listed as quarterback Seth Truder.
So it's definitely 16.
A sophomore stepping in.
Listeners, you'll have to excuse me. This is my first time doing this. I'm going to make a couple mistakes as we go, but hopefully I can get better.
So a long break here. They did get the player off the field, but trying to
Ladies and
reset
gentlemen,
everything.
We have a moment. We'd like to invite you to visit our concession stand. All the proceeds will benefit the Colerain High School Booster Association and Colerain High School. We've got plenty of drinks, snacks, candy, grilled items available for you throughout the football game tonight. And also, we'd like to thank our friends at Richie's on Colerain Avenue for their press box food donation tonight. Please consider supporting their establishment. We thank them, Richie's.
Not really sure what the delay here is. We're talking to Coach Datillo for Sycamore. whole lot of talk. Doesn't really explain what happened. It'll be 2nd and 4, maybe 5 for the Aviators at the Cardinal 11.
I would bet anything this is a handoff to number 3.
Yes. Young sophomore quarterback.
Yep.
Cardinals blitzing like they're anticipating.
Yeah,
It's a
they knew
handoff
it.
to Charles.
Fumble,
Lost the
fumble,
ball.
fumble.
He's up.
He picked it up.
And
He's
away.
gone. There
Number
are no
21
flags.
for the Cardinals.
It's going to
He's
go.
going.
He's gone.
Go.
He is
all
gone.
the way. And what a turn of
Wow.
events. What looked like a sure Sycamore, at least point score, turns away a fumble. And Corey Myrick, the sophomore DB safety, picks up the loose ball and races the other way for 6 points.
What a change! What a turn of events right there. Sycamore gets Colerain to go 4 and out, stops him on their own 45-yard line, 4th down. Takes the next 2 plays, averages, probably gets 30, 40 yards, and then quarterback goes down, and just like that, this is a different ball game.
And we'll get to see here the look here on the replay and Waycross. As soon as we get the extra point
Yeah, we'll
attempt
see.
here, it'll be off. Alex Young set to kick.
It looked like the 2nd or 3rd hit was really the one that knocked the ball out. The kick is up. It is good.
So with 8:45 to play in the first quarter, the Cardinals 7, Aviators 0. We're going to look here on Waycross of the play.
Cardinals 7, Sycamore Aviators nothing. I'd like to take a moment to thank our
Giving it a
friends
look,
at
Cody
Nova
Charles
County
takes it, and the
Implementation
Cardinals
who
blitz.
Oh, he just got.
European athletic training.
It came out.
Also,
It looks like he got hit by his own guy. He kind of got his own guy kind of got blocked into him a little bit.
Cardinals and also to over 27 area
Yeah,
high
and
schools,
to your point, the Cardinals
colleges,
blitz
and
here.
They
to
knew it
kinda-
was coming.
They knew it was
Yeah,
coming with the
absolutely.
handoff, knowing that the sophomore quarterback's probably just going to hand it off. And Cardinals didn't really hit the man, but their disruption, and the ball got knocked out by one of the offensive linemen.
It was just one of those runs where you just kind of hit somebody and it just falls out. Where you're not really expecting to get hit, so you're not really covering the points of the football. That's a tough turnover for Sycamore, though. That's big, 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 big play for Colerain. Be able to swing that momentum right away.
I mean, you had a 3 and out on one end. You had everything set up. You're creeping towards an easy score, at least an easy field goal attempt, and a big swing of events here puts it in control of the Cardinals.
And you don't want to give Colerain control at home like this, because we both know how good Colerain football is on their home field here at 8801 Chevy.
And we talked about this pregame. There's just something about the Aviators when they play Colerain.
Yep.
One of those mistakes compiles into another, and we saw a couple weeks ago for the Colerain. I mean, yes, they're probably all overmatched, definitely against St. X, but one mistake turns into 2, turns into 3, and before you know it, you're down 4 scores.
It's the old snowball effect, and really good teams are able to stop that snowball from continuing to build. But sometimes in football or even in sports in general, that snowball just keeps going.
So a kickoff return here. Cario Ford catches it, gets it across the 30. So Cardinals keep them inside. Well, nope, just right at the 35 is what the market for the Aviators.
So now Scott Titilla, who's a great football coach, he's got a decision to make now with his backup quarterback, sophomore quarterback in. Do you keep pounding the rock and you just keep putting the ball in number 3's hands and let him go, or do you let number 16 try and find his groove a little bit and throw the ball? Now, if I'm calling plays here, I may call a play action shot up top. A one-way throw just to see what happens, because Colerain's going to be teeing off in the run.
Sneak someone out the backside and maybe in a wheel, but
Yep.
We'll see the sophomore here.
Colerain's got 7 in the box.
It's going to be a toss sweep out to Charles, and he is going to be
Colerain's flowing to the football
by a
hard.
host of Cardinals. You're going to see him all over the field. And Titmizan Cachet was the first one there, and then Tashawn Banks is there to clean it up.
Of course, number 20, Levert Jarman's there as well. He is a heck of a ball player. He's definitely one of the guys to watch for Colerain.
We got to find 20 pounds and about 2 inches for him.
Oh, I know. He's kind of like Ivan Pace was. If Ivan Pace was 2 inches taller, he'd probably be playing at Ohio State right now. But he's still having
Jarman
a
leads the
great
team
career
with
at Miami.
31 tackles.
Blitz off the edge by the corner.
Handoff
Bounces
Charles.
it. Great tackle by 14.
And good play call from the Aviators. They ran a little off-tackle run right where the blitz came from. Cuts underneath Cody Charles, turns it in, makes it 3rd down a little bit more manageable to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5.
This is a big play for Sycamore's offense right here. If they can stay on the field and continue to extend this drive, it'll give their defense a good chance to be able to flip the field and go from there. Luckily for Sycamore, number 3 is a good back. So they still got a couple guys that can make plays.
Yeah, he is second on the team, 277 yards rushing so far through 3 games, so nearly 100 yards, while someone else is averaging nearly 200.
Little fake jet sweep. They're going to throw a hitch backside. It's a good throw by the quarterback.
Just a simple little play for the young sophomore quarterback. Just give him a one-man route, little backside hitch, and it's there for Aviator first down.
And as a play caller in this scenario right here, where your stud quarterback's out, you got a sophomore quarterback in, you don't want to overwhelm him with any crazy two-man reads in the passing game. You just give him one route and let him throw it and go from there until he gets into a groove, and then maybe you can expand the play calling from there.
Heavy to the left with this formation. Trips plus a tight end to the left, and they're going to hand it off to Charles.
Basic zone read straight up the middle.
You say zone read. I don't know if the quarterback ever was reading it. I think that was a straight handoff.
That was more of a zone give.
Yeah.
That was the coach saying, hey, give the ball to your guy.
But the Aviators, they're going to really lean on that left side, as you talked about. Cardinals aren't very big anywhere, and that left side is very big with a certain human being, the left tackle.
Sycamore's left tackle is 6'5", 305. Their right tackle is 6'6", 330. They definitely have some big boys up front.
And already a run-heavy offense that the Aviators run. It's probably going to get even heavier here with their quarterback out.
Aviators average 290 rushing per game, 82 passing per game.
Charles takes it off the left side, and he's got some space in the Cardinal territory.
We got a flag down here. It's probably going to be a hold on the outside, on the edge.
Might have been why he got the edge.
Yes, that might be why. Definitely a hold.
And that is going to be the call. It'll be a spot foul.
Yep.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Penalty flag on the play.
We'll check this replay and see who that was on. It looked like it was on the edge. It's always a tough block for a tight end or a wide receiver when you expect the running back to go inside of you and he bounces outside. That's usually when you see holding penalties thrown like that.
Holding against Sycamore.
Get another look at it, and they're going to
Yep, there it is right there on the outside.
Second down and 16, the ball on the 41.
So it goes from a big gain in the Cardinal territory to a 2nd and 15 from their own 41.
Tell you what, the score doesn't really dictate how this game has gone so far. Sycamore's really controlled the ball. They've made one mistake offensively, not to mention their quarterback going down. There we go, nice fill right there. It's a great fill by the linebacker.
And that's your
number 11.
Jaden Folsom steps up, makes the tackle. And I think this year the Cardinal defense is learning what it's like not to have Dante Corleone in front of them.
Yep, definitely changes things a little bit.
Good fill there by Folsom.
17, ball on the 40.
An admirable fill. The defensive line is young and trying to make up for the absence of pretty much one of the best defensive linemen I think this team has seen since.
There's a reason why he went to UC.
Yeah.
The good thing, though, for you Colerain fans out there, having a young team like this, which this 2021 team is they're only going to get better. And I look back to our 2017 year when we had Deontay Smith-Moore in that sophomore class playing. We went through some rough patches, but they ended up figuring it out. He's going to get sacked. It's a big play.
Not there. Just a simple little flood pattern.
Look who's there.
Right side.
Look who's there. Number 20, Lavert Jarman. He's everywhere.
I mean, this season, I think, it's going to be very similar to maybe the season when we had all four a Bolden at every level, where you just say Bolden.
Yep.
And there's tackle. This year, there's only one of them, but
you're
you
gonna
just say Jarman. And
on both sides of the ball. Because
yeah.
I know last week against Mason, they used him a lot more on offense. He had at least 6 carries offensively.
Jay Moore back deep. Dylan Dye, the 6'4" tight end, lined up to punt. Cardinals have struggled on special teams here.
Quick punt.
Dye gets it away. It's
not
high
too far.
And hanging.
Fair catch.
More
That's
of the fair catch. That's a good job. There was a mistake he did last week that really cost the Cardinals field position. He let the ball bounce and then just let it, kept rolling, didn't catch it, and it changed it from ball at near midfield to trapped inside your own 10.
And those are all, I remember that play you were talking about. Those are always tough because you want to, as a punt returner, you obviously want to field every ball, but at the end of the day, I would always tell my kids, if you can't catch it clean and you think that there's an option that you might fumble this, just let it go, because no matter what happens, you're going to get the ball back. And I know there's the issue with the field position, but just making sure that you change possessions on a punt returner is always key. We'll see what Colerain does here coming out. Second drive
They're
offensively.
going to stay in their traditional formation.
They do have an advantage over here to the nub, which is the weak side to the sidelines.
Here's Shannon in motion. It's just going to be a handoff. MJ Flowers, fullback give. Almost an off-tackle
MJ
trap play.
Flowers, ball carrier
He's
for
going to
the
pick up
Cardinals.
about 4 yards on first down.
Tackled by
Good
Ames
hard
for
run.
24.
It's a good play on first down right there for Colerain.
We've seen this a little bit more for this year. Not a lot of, with a young quarterback, a lot more
Second
just
down and
straight
6 from the 34.
fullback give plays, setting up your star running back to just kind of get more carries.
As a sophomore quarterback playing, the game moves really fast for you. And every rep and every game you play, it slows down more. So I think as the season goes on, you'll see Coach Ray, the offensive coordinator, start to open things up a little bit for him. Counter, good call. Great fill by the linebacker, 23 right there. He read that right away.
Cardinals thought they had it, and it just had to get to the edge, but Shannon
Shannon, the ball
can't
carrier
get
for
to
Colerain.
the line of scrimmage. She'll lose about a half yard on the play.
Brought down by Ames, number 23, Nate Malone.
From all the field, it looked like he had that outside wide open, but
Yep.
a good fill.
That
Third
linebacker,
down and 7, ball on the 33.
that counter right there is a staple of the triple option offense. I mean, we've been running that counter for years and years. So that's one thing that opposing teams can definitely recognize. If you have a good linebacker that can see that guard pulling, he'll shoot that gap and be there.
Cardinals stay under center.
Big play here. See if we can extend the drive here. Keep the defense off the
Shannon
field.
in motion.
Play action. Throwing the hitch
looking for
backside. Got him.
it.
Nice throw. That's a
Backside,
great throw.
Jay Moore, and
Complete pass
nothing
to
fancy
Cardinals.
there. He just
Number
finds his man.
24,
And again,
Jason Young.
just like the Aviators, it's a one-man route. Stop
Pushed out of
at the
bounds
first down marker,
by
pick
Ames,
up the
number
first
2,
down.
Wilson Williams.
A little different. This is the first time I think we've seen him split out wide. Jay Moore was in that competition for the running backs
First down and
earlier.
10,
He's there
Colerain.
to make the catch on
Ball
the
on the
edge.
43.
That was a great play call right there because that corner on the backside was playing way far off, and they went play action away from it to get the linebackers and safeties to flow. Had the opening on the backside hitch. I formation.
Switch, Jennings.
There
hands
goes
off,
MJ. There he
Flowers
goes. There he
through the
goes.
initial
There he goes. He's
tackle.
tough to bring down in
Stays
the
on
open
his feet.
field.
Now it's a
He's
foot
gone.
race
Is he
to
going to
the
make
20,
it? He's
15,
gone.
10,
He's gone.
5,
Touchdown,
brings the
MJ.
defender into the end zone. MJ Flowers for 6 points.
What a run. What a run.
Cardinals with their second touchdown of the night.
Flowers, the ball carrier.
That was the first time I've seen them go I formation and run midline, which is a staple of the triple option where it's just straight up the center. Just make an easy read off the three technique. Quarterback read it right, and MJ just does what MJ does.
In that situation, you get them, and you got one guy in the second level to block. If it's blocked right, you got one man in the second level to get through. Ran right through him, stays on his feet, drags some defenders later, and ends up in the end zone for 6 points, as they said, for the extra point.
MJ has been the guy.
Snap was bobbled a little
Block,
bit,
kicks
and the
blocked.
Aviators block it. So at 2:19 of the first quarter, Cardinals put another on the board. They lead Sycamore 13-0.
Cardinals 13, Aviators nothing.
Looks like 58 got through there and got his hand on that.
There's a bobble and snap. I don't know if it was, I think it was more the holder there than
Yeah.
the snapper. But it might have been a little inside, but still.
Visit our website. It's www.
So what looked like an early Sycamore, taking control of this game, has quickly turned into a 2-score lead for the Cardinals.
And it's amazing in football how quickly a game can change like that. You get one guy on your team down, and how quickly it just changes the entire dynamic of the game. But I'll tell you what, that last drive, Sycamore's quarterback, the sophomore coming in and playing, he didn't look too bad on that throw. So we'll see what they do moving forward. But I know if I'm Colerain's defense, I'm playing downhill. I'm teeing off on every single run possible, knowing that number 8's not in the game.
Cody Charles. Kicking off for your Cardinals, number 90, Alex Young.
Hey, Tony, is there anything that you might switch on our audio to our audio feed to our line? Because it seems like there's a heavy on feedback. I don't know what it is. Kick is away. It will be fielded at about the 5. Looking for some space.
Nice
It
tackle.
closes
What a play
quickly.
by number 10.
And the number 10 is Jabiri Pass.
Yep, Jabiri
with the tackle.
Pass.
Interception
Good player.
for Sycamore.
It's like
Tackled
swinging.
by
It's almost
pass
like
for the
stuttering.
Cardinals.
I wonder if I'm-
It'll be 1st and 10 on the 22 for the A's.
So, Aviators take it
start their drive on their own 22-yard line.
And still with the sophomore quarterback back there, Truder. Looks like, for at least for the foreseeable future, will be the man to helmet for the
Blitz
Aviators.
off the edge. The ball's batted down at the line of scrimmage and almost picked off.
The Aviators got pretty lucky, or the Cardinals got lucky that Blitz was there, because you had Aaron Foster guarding
Two guys.
two Aviator Aviator receivers.
One thing I've noticed since number 8 went out for Sycamore, Colerain's dialing up some more blitzes. They're definitely being more aggressive defensively because I think they know you got a sophomore quarterback coming in making his first significant playing time. You want to put as much pressure on him as you
doesn't
can.
tip it. It might have been a Sycamore touchdown the other way.
Fake jet sweep.
Fake jet sweep,
Ooh,
backside
they got
screen.
it. Nice
Good
play.
look.
Who's
Tunnel.
there?
Nice tackle by
Number 20.
Well-designed play
Yes,
for
it was.
5 yards.
And like I said, those are going to be the pass plays that you see Sycamore call, I think, for the majority of the game. Maybe second half they might open it up a little bit, but you don't want to overload him with too much. Keep it short and simple if you can. Get him into a third and manageable, 3rd and 5 here.
Aviators take the snap, looking, passing, rushes
Comeback
through,
backside.
and
nice
knocked
play.
away. Good defense.
Great play.
Number 15 for the Cardinals, Donovan Dillingham, the junior corner.
That was a great play. That was a great play. You can tell he's well coached because he was all over that comeback at the sticks. That was a good ball by the quarterback, just a better play by the corner.
4th down and 5, ball on the 27.
And again, ran something simple, just backside little hitch, but
Back to punt for the Aviators, number 28, Dylan Dye.
Dylan Dye again. It's
Back
kind
to
of a
receive for
short
Colerain,
punt,
number
not the
24,
traditional
Jason
kind of
Young.
punt. It's like halfway between a shotgun snap and a traditional punt snap, but I think they're just trying to get it away. Jay Moore back. He will have the sun in his eye, so that makes this a little bit more interesting.
They got a chance to block this if they get there quick enough. Nope, it's a good kick.
Kick is away. Moore
No
will,
fair catch.
Nope,
He's going to
fair
receive
catch.
it. He's got
Keeps
room.
it.
He's got tons of room.
He's got one man.
He's got a lot of
to beat on
room.
the edge,
There's a block. Yeah, it's going to be a block in the back.
Very
It's going to be a block in the back.
decision by the blocker.
That's a great
Jay
return,
Moore's
but
gonna
unfortunately
score
it's
the
coming
touchdown.
back.
But you saw it. I saw it.
Yep.
He didn't even need to block him.
Touchdown!
That's going to be a block in the back is going to bring this touchdown back. He didn't need to make that block. Jay Moore was already by him. The defender didn't have a shot to make the play.
It's amazing how often you see that on punt returns that go for more than 10 yards. How often there's a block in the back or a hold. That was a great return. Very shifty. Jay Moore is definitely elusive in the open field.
So the block in the back will be called at the Aviator 44.
Yeah, we'll see. They're talking about this right now. We'll see what happens. I mean,
Now there's 2 flags, so I wonder.
It might be a block in the back and a hold.
One for sure is blocking the back. The other one might be a holding there. They're gonna, and I think that
They're trying to figure out which one to take, I think.
obviously I think if you're the Aviators, you take the one that's farther back.
Yep. Unless one of these, I don't know. This is when you wish you had microphones on refs,
Yeah.
so you could hear, at least get some indication of what's going on. What a beautiful night for football, though. This is fantastic.
It's right in between that sweet spot where it's no longer hot.
Yep.
Interesting. You know, it's indication personal foul.
Helmet to helmet. Yep.
So is these
Sideline
sideline
warning
warning
as
on
well
Sycamore.
on Sycamore.
So that was the discussion why. So obviously the sideline warning is going to happen because the return happened right in front of the Sycamore bench, and obviously either one of the players or coaches for Sycamore, either the referee ran into them or caused an issue with the chain gangs here. As we get another look at it right here, and I think this is not going to be actually blocking the back.
Oh, there it is.
There's
there it
the
is.
helmet to helmet.
Yep.
I think the issue too. I know it applies at other levels. I'm not 100% sure at the high school
Blindside.
level. I don't think you're allowed to blindside like that.
They have to have. I'm pretty sure the defensive player has to have full view of you coming to hit him.
So that might have also been if they didn't take the helmet.
been
That
that.
probably would have been the call, even if he gets his head on the correct side, not blocking the back. So Cardinals go from a touchdown to taking over at their own 35.
The momentum has definitely switched fully.
Yep,
That's
definitely hit to that.
If I'm a referee, I'm calling that. I mean, that obviously wasn't malicious, but if you're looking at the definition of a helmet-to-helmet flag, that's probably it. But I'll tell you what, after the first 2 plays for Sycamore offensively, it's been a complete flip-flop. From number 8, their quarterback Engel being in the game, now being out. Colerain's defense is just teeing off, flying downhill, plugging gaps, run supporting first, run fitting. This is what Colerain's defense does best, that's for sure.
We got a timeout and another player sent off for some equipment issue. Satterwhite checked into the game for the first time this evening, and he checks right back out. So
I bet you it is probably his knee pads, because that's one thing that I had a tough time as a coach telling these kids to put the knee pads in, because you know how they want to roll them up over their kneecaps like the pros do. There's a reason why you have knee pads. They're protecting your kneecaps. Keep them on there.
So I formation. This time Jennings.
It's a great pull by
keeps it.
Jennings. It's a
Can he
great pull.
cut through? He does not get all the way through, but he's going to fall forward for about 9, close to the first down.
I'd be willing to bet Colerain stays in the I formation. I think they've found something in their sideline adjustments last drive about this formation, because I think it's given Sycamore some trouble.
And we see really Jay Moore has now become the guy there on the outside. It was a little different. It was Isaiah King, was a really rotating guys. And I think the big difference we're seeing these past couple weeks is getting a lot better with their perimeter blocking.
Yep.
Which might be why Jay Moore has won the job, because he's done the best job of that perimeter
And
blocking.
I mean, as any season goes, it takes some time for an offense to find their identity. And Colerain's no different. Play action boot to the boundary.
Jennings looking.
Oh, what a catch by
Did
MJ.
Flowers catch that?
One-handed catch. What a play.
It's a little play action boot, and really one man over the top, but really the man I'm looking for is Flowers in the flat. We get another look at this. MJ Flowers with the defender on him.
Great catch.
Makes one-handed
That
catch.
is a great catch.
Zay Jennings looks to the sidelines. Coaching staff looks to
We're going to have
the
quarter.
scoreboard,
It's
and
going to be a quarter.
From that, it looks like they will let the time click off as we get another look. That's just a really good catch.
That's a really difficult play to make. Falling backwards, having to catch with your
It's
offhand.
Very impressive 5-yard gain for the first down,
Yep.
but that will be the last play of the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play here, the Colerain Cardinals lead 13-0 over the Sycamore Aviators with the ball and looking to extend their lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take
As
a
we
moment
get
out
set
to
here
thank
for
our
the
new corporate
second
sponsors,
quarter, Cardinals lead
Rumpke.
13-0. It'll
Also,
be
game on.
first down and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please contact our athletic department.
Sycamore's
Your
star
Colerain High
quarterback,
School.
William Engel, went down, and we
First
haven't
down and
seen
1
him
on the
since. And
49.
honestly, I don't see him warming up on
I
the
was
sidelines.
looking for him on the sidelines.
Like
I
they
can't
intend to
see
play
him.
him.
Yeah, I can't. He's on the training bench over there.
So
Correction, third.
probably going to see the sophomore quarterback for the Aviators the rest of the way.
We got Colerain jumping in the spread shotgun for the first time all game.
Switching it up.
And they definitely have numbers on the outside.
Jennings takes the snap. He looks.
They ran a screen. They didn't block the guy, though.
And Flowers
Still made
will make
something.
the most out of nothing.
Complete pass.
Should have been a loss about 3-4 yards on the screen they set up, but he carries the defender and still picks up. Instead of losing 3-4,
Rarely,
gains about 3-4.
rarely do you see MJ Flowers get knocked backwards and not fall forward for extra yards when he gets hit. And I'll tell you what, all you Colerain listeners, they just threw a screen.
Those are
You
bad.
never see that, do you? Ever?
Well, you don't know the history of screens.
Oh, I
here,
do.
you?
Oh, I do. I coached here.
You know,
I understand it
2003
completely.
screen?
Absolutely. I've
Okay.
heard that story 1,000
Okay,
times.
yeah,
So I
Colerain
can
Cardinals might
we
remember.
threw 0 screens in my 6 years
Yeah,
here,
the
so I
Cardinals
completely
had
get
an
it.
interception in the playoffs
Yep.
against Elder on a screen pass return for a touchdown.
Same play.
Good
There he
read.
goes. He's gone.
Handoff to
I told you they
Jennings
found
and-
something. You got to
or
go.
Jennings
Don't
to
look
MJ
back.
Flowers.
No flags. Touchdown.
No flags. MJ Flowers, and that was a great read
It was
up
beautiful.
by Jennings.
Yep.
Completely opened up, and Flowers goes through untouched for 6 points.
And that's how you know the triple option's working well, when you can give the ball to the fullback and they are through the second level by the time the camera even knows he has the ball. And you can definitely tell the Colerain offensive coaches have found a good formation and a good look to throw at Sycamore, because they've come out and run that I formation triple option inside veer play a couple times for big gains.
Snap is back, Colt is down, kick is up. And after the one play here in the second quarter, 11-10 to play in the first half. Cardinals 20, Aviators 0. And again, we get back to that point we made earlier. One play turns into 2, turns into 3, and Cardinals all of a sudden have a 3-touchdown lead.
And it's remarkable how important one player can be for a team, as you're seeing right now with Sycamore. Obviously, there's more players on the field, but number 8, Engel, if you look at his stats and how they've used him for the first 3 games, I mean, he is definitely their guy. And to have to lose him after their second play on offense, that's a tough adjustment to make.
You can find out more at their website. That's uchealth.com and experience why we see the power of rehabilitative care every day. Again, our thanks to UC Health for their support of boys varsity football here at Colerain High School.
So the Cardinals will set to kick again.
Kicking off for the Cardinals, number 90, Alex Jung. Back for the A's, number 1, Cairo Ford, number 3, Cody Charles.
Kick is away.
Short kick.
Fielded on the.
Oh, he's got the middle. He's got the
Breaks
middle.
one tackle. The Cardinals are able to collapse, but it'll get across the 30 and decent
For the A's, number 1, Cairo
Decent
Ford.
return for the Aviators. They'll take over at their own 31-yard line.
By Cardinals, number 3, Aaron Foster. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 32 for the A's.
So Aviators back out, and I think it's safe to say we'll see the sophomore quarterback the rest of the way.
It's a shame. I was really looking forward to watching Engel play because I've seen a couple highlights from him. Little toss sweep to the outside. Oh, double pass!
Double
they got
pass
him!
over
He
top
dropped it!
and
Oh, my
dropped.
What a play call. He
Mario
was
Ford
wide
was
open.
all alone, and when you have your backup quarterback, you probably got to
What a play
go
call.
deep in that playbook, find those little tricks, little wrinkles, and that double pass or that halfback pass was right there.
Colerain just dodged a bullet, to say the least, because he was wide open for 6. Man, that's a tough one to miss right there. Love that play call, though. That's a great play call at a great time.
So it'll be 2nd and long for the Cardinals, or excuse me, for the Aviators. They're going to hand it off up the middle and spinning off the back tackle in the backfield, but still just not a lot of room for Cody Charles to go when everyone knows who's getting the ball.
There's a flag on the field. It could be, it's either going to be a hold or a face mask. Face mask. Yep. Looks like it's a face mask. Face mask on Colerain. 5-yard inadvertent face mask penalty.
It caused a little confusion on the Cardinals' end.
Penalty on the Cardinals, face mask.
They had sent, for 3rd and long, they had sent the nickel package out there, but now it's 2nd and short with the penalty. Becomes send the regular unit back out there. Snap is back and just a handoff to Charles. He's met in the backfield by 2, 3.
That's going to be another face mask, I
Yep,
think.
that one's going to
That
be
could be
on
another face mask, I think.
the Cardinals. Cody Charles doing a good job in the backfield. He was tackled there by Josiah Booker, but got out of it, drew the 5-yard face mask. And the Cardinals gift another 5 yards, and this time a 1st down to the Aviators. The thing is, for Booker, he took the brunt of that. He took the stiff arm a little harsher than the face mask he delivered.
It's always called on the defensive guy, though.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
1st and 10, A's.
Sycamore finding a little bit of a groove on offense now.
That will be of the 15-yard variety.
I'm thinking we got a motion here from the guy. Yep, and then a handoff. Nope. Backside hitch. Nice throw.
And breaks the
Breaks the
tackle,
tackle.
still on his feet. Got the 1st down to the 30.
Complete pass for the A's, number 32.
Cannon Ray with the
Cannon
catch.
Ray. Brought down by Cardinals, number 21, Corey Myrick.
So Aviators finally getting something going, but
That ball was tipped. I don't think he catches that if it's not tipped. I think that ball's going over his head. Sycamore finding their groove on offense a little bit. They got a nice little drive going into the heart of Colerain territory now with about 9:30 left in the first half. Another motion.
man handoff up the middle of Charles, and he's not finding much room, but he, like MJ Flowers, is always falling forward.
He's a good back. He's got good vision. He's always finding that little crease to make it through. Sycamore's offensive line is starting to get some good push up front. You can tell that the big bodies up front are starting to wear down Colerain's undersized D-line a little bit, but luckily for Colerain, they got real good linebackers that are good at filling run-fitting gaps.
Talked about two-way players. I think this is the first week we really haven't seen a lot of MJ Flowers on defense, and maybe saving him a little bit has made him a little fresher on offense. He's got 2 big touchdowns tonight.
I would think so. After what we've seen with him run the football, another zone.
Wow,
what a play by Lavert Jarman again. He is
little fake one-way, come underneath the other way counter, and Lavert Jarman is not fooled.
He is fun to watch. He really is. I remember coaching him as a freshman. I could tell he was going to be good. He has that innate mindset of just being a tough, hard-nosed football player, and you combine that with great athleticism and high football IQ, and you get a guy that's making a tackle on almost every play.
So now 3rd and long.
Maybe a screen?
And that's what they do. They set up screen. Charles, he's got some blockers in front, but not enough. And
MJ Flowers makes the play, just like we just talked about.
Making a spot appearance on defense, makes the tackle.
This will be interesting to see what Sycamore does right here. If I'm them, I think you're probably outside of field goal range. You're too close to punt, so you almost are in 4-down territory. You almost have to go for it unless you are abundantly confident in your kicker. And this is 29-yard. This is over a 40-yard field goal, so I think they'll go for it. Might be a good time for Sycamore to burn one of their timeouts and make sure they got the right play call.
Taking their time here. Still waiting on the back judge. No signal for the play clock there. So they have plenty of time, but they will here be another timeout for an equipment issue.
Like I said, it's knee pads. See him pulling his knee pads down? It's like the 3rd or 4th time this game. So Sycamore is going to go for it. This is going to be an interesting play call.
Snap is back.
Fumbles the snap a little bit.
Gets it off quickly, tipped
What a
away.
throw. That was a great throw. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Colerain will take over the ball.
Cardinals with a chance to go up 4 score.
Tell you what, for being a sophomore quarterback and bobbling the snap like that, he was able to keep his composure and make a pretty strong throw, but he had pressure all over him. We'll see if Colerain stays in the I formation here and keeps running that inside veer like they have been.
Well, they found a little something here after they kind of switched from that kind of base heavy formation underneath and switched to the I formation with the twin receivers, and they'll stick with it.
Yep, they're staying with it. And after they've run this play a couple times, I mean, I think they're setting up a nice play action up top if I'm calling plays here. Might be good for play action here soon. Nice give. No, that was probably
hesitation, and the ball is
fumble,
loose.
Fumble. They got it.
And you saw there was a little bit of a mishap with the mesh there, and I couldn't tell if Jennings just held onto it too long or Flowers didn't get a clean.
It looked like to me Jennings was trying to pull that, but I think MJ might have clamped down on that a little bit. That's one of those tough ones. It's a big play for Sycamore right there. Big play for Sycamore because Colerain's defense was just on the field for at least 10 plays, probably 6-7 game time minutes. So they're a little bit gassed. We'll see what happens. This is a great opportunity for Sycamore to try and put some points on the board here. If I'm them, I'm throwing bubble. I'm throwing bubble to the left. They got the bubble to the left.
Handoff Charles.
Oh, he might be gone. He might be gone.
He's got some space.
Go
he
fumble!
The ball, but
he got it back.
Out of bounds.
Cody Charles, the ball carrier for Sycamore. Ball fumbled out of bounds.
Just kind of a little inside handoff. Breaks one tackle, and there isn't anyone backside because of the formation.
The Sycamores run that play out of that formation a couple times now where they put 3 receivers and a tight end to one side and then put the running back to the same side and run the zone run play back away from the 4 receivers and tight ends. I'd be interested to see if they don't throw a bubble out there eventually because it looks like they got some good numbers. But now we got 12 personnel, 2 tight ends in the game. Here comes a run, fake jet run. Yep.
Yeah, there's
Up
a
the middle.
handoff. Charles
He's got room. He's
trying to stay on his feet, breaks 1 tackle. He's inside the 5 to about the 4.
a host of Cardinals there to make a play with none other than number 20, Levert Jarman.
Brought down by Cardinals, number 10, pass.
They've run that fake jet sweep, backside zone handoff a couple times now for some success.
Second and goal from the 4.5, maybe. He's just inside the 5-yard line.
Sycamore is definitely a run-oriented team, you can tell.
You don't let the shotgun formations fool you that, but
This could be a play action. False start on number 13 on the outside. That'll push him
offsides
back.
by the outside.
Number
Cameron Ray.
Full start, 8.
I think that might have been Ray either trying to get inside, knowing he's the lead blocker on that play, or trying to release because he knows he's going to get the play action pass looking his way.
It's a tough penalty right there to be that close to pay dirt and then have to move back 5. Fake handoff, play action. They got
Sure
guy in the
keeps
open.
it.
He's open in the
He's
flats.
got 2 men open. He had his choice, and the sophomore misses both.
Pass incomplete.
Number 21 for Colerain gets the tap on the back for that one. Because I'm telling you, that's a touchdown if number 21's not in his face. If 21 doesn't force a tough throw right here, that's a touchdown. Because he is wide open. He had both.
The guy over top who Foster is going after probably has easily got a touchdown if the ball's there. Goes to the man underneath and just couldn't get a clean pass out to him. So a good play by Corey Myrick, who had the touchdown earlier, and he saves a touchdown there.
This is an interesting play call here for Sycamore. I'm wondering if they are in 4-down territory. They're going to call timeout. I wonder if they're in 4-down territory right now. If they're thinking to themselves, we got 2 plays from the 10-yard line to score points, or if they're thinking we're going to take the field goal if we don't score and just make sure we get points on the board.
Against any other team, well, not any other team. Against most teams, I would think you would take 3 points.
Agreed. I think it might depend on how they do on this play.
Yeah. But it also, that affects the way you call the play.
Exactly. Yep.
So are you setting yourself up knowing that if you get close, you're going to go for it?
I bet you that's what they're talking about right now in that huddle. They're trying to figure that out as a coaching staff, offensive coaching staff over the headset. That's probably a conversation they're having right now.
Your most successful plays tonight have been simple handoffs to Charles.
Yep.
Really utilizing formation more than anything. So
And just letting him go.
yeah.
We have seen them, the passing game that they have displayed tonight with a sophomore quarterback in, it's always been just quick play action, dump into the flats, or a one-way route to the outside, so we may see that. I think you give the ball to Cody Charles and let him work. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that 3 receiver, 1 tight end formation here to the field like they've been running. They might go power.
They'll stay in the gun.
Running back is up a little bit, so it might be to play. That should have been a one-way
Just gonna
throw.
go one-on-one
Yep,
out
one-way throw.
ahead. And just a slant route intended for Cameron Ray right in front of Foster. I don't know if it's on target if Foster knocks it away or not, but Ray gets a hand on it, but just too far out ahead.
A little bit too high and outside. He was open though. It's a big play for Colerain right here. If they can stop them, get turnover on downs, and maybe churn this clock and get to the half without letting Sycamore get the ball back, because Colerain received, correct?
Colerain received. He's Sycamore ball to start the second half. So 4th and goal for
Keep
the
your eyes on
Aviators.
Levert Jarman here. I got a feeling Levert's going to make a play here.
They're not going to give him a
fade.
chance. It's just going to be a fade to the yak of the end zone.
Great defense. That was
No
great defense right
flags
there.
on the field.
Incomplete. Turnover on downs.
I don't know if number 21 for the Aves, Gio Goret, has a chance to get it, even if he's not closely guarded. I think that ball sails out of bounds regardless. But either way, it's a turnover on downs.
That's great defense by number 15.
Donovan Dillingham had a pass breakup earlier. This time he's there in coverage to deny another Aviator.
It'll be interesting to see what Colerain does here coming out. With 5:40 left on the game clock, with a 3-possession lead.
Wouldn't be a bad time
To throw a bubble.
for a play action.
Yep. They got twins out here to the right. Might be a good time to throw a quick little bubble
Slot
if they
up.
like it. Yep.
Nope, just get a
Quick
straight
handoff,
handoff
yep.
up the middle. Amir Shannon behind his offensive line. He's going to get out to about the 16-yard line and a big pickup on first down.
Big play right there. They mixed it up right there. They went I formation, but instead of running the traditional triple option, they went old school 1950 I formation power handoff to the tailback.
Ball carrier for Colerain.
You don't see that very often these days.
On the tackle for the A's, number 15, Tom
I'll
Cole.
tell you what, Jennings is due to break one here.
He is,
I think he's due to break.
It has to be the least yards through 3 games that I think any Cardinal quarterback has ever had. And
If he gets a quick pull around the outside, he might be gone up the alley.
2nd and 4.
Play action. There he is. He's
gonna
open up
look.
the middle. Got him.
Jennings throws it out ahead.
Oh,
and
he
that
intercepted.
was a poor throw by Jennings and an interception.
They tried to throw the post wheel, and I don't think Jennings saw the backside corner.
Number 33, Mikhail Satterwhite.
That backside corner makes a play, and that's when I think he's a sophomore making a read there. And he's just got to get rid of it. He's either got to make that decision, throw it earlier, or tuck it and keep it.
It looked like that was a really good play. Yeah, that's the backside corner. The backside corner came and made that play. That's not somebody you ever expect to come make a play on that. I don't think that was. I think that was kind of a poorly thrown ball, but I think credit goes to the corner on that play. Because for him to be able to come, because you saw where he came from. He was already down by the line of scrimmage. He read that right away. He peeled all the way back and made that was a heck of a play by the corner right there.
So back where we were about 10 plays ago for the Aviators, taking over at the Cardinal 40-yard line.
Play
Fake
action.
Jet sweep. They're going to
Oh,
look.
going up top. Double move up top.
Myrick.
Picked. Oh, wow.
Nearly
What a
had
play.
interception. I'll tell you what, everywhere tonight is number 21 for the Cardinals, Corey Myrick, the sophomore DB, really shining tonight. He had a big pass tip on a sure touchdown earlier on a blitz. He had the fumble return for a touchdown, and he nearly had an interception there.
He's making some plays tonight. Because if he is not there, that might be a touchdown. Ooh, quarterback
Yeah,
out.
Foster, who's been really good on coverage all year for the Cardinals, really been the number 1 corner with the injury to Willis. He bid on that double move. Myrick does a good job to close.
They actually handed off the jet sweep this time. Levert made, wow.
And Levert Jarman
That
does
was
what
a-
Levert Jarman does.
This play right here exemplifies why Levert Jarman is such a good player. Watch him on this replay. Watch him hold the edge, keep his outside arm free, shed the block, and go make a tackle. That's why he is a heck of a player. It's a tough play to make as an outside linebacker right there.
Especially, and it looked like Cario Ford had the seam there, because I don't
Yep.
think the big defensive lineman for the Cardinals was going to close in time to make the play. Jarman.
You can tell he's well coached because his responsibility right there, if you get a jet sweep to your side, is to hold the edge, hold, contain, force everything back inside, which is what he did.
Cardinals with a little dime nickel package here. They're going to bring in a blitz. Jarman doesn't
Over
get
the middle.
there.
Oh,
Over
what a
the
throw.
middle. And that was a good play, I think, by everyone there. Cardinals get good pressure, but Sycamore gives their quarterback enough time. Defender was right there, but a better pass right over him. He just
Number 2 for the Cardinals.
tight
tell you
end
what,
has his hands on the ball.
He's
But
throwing some nice balls right now. He really is. For
think-
coming in off the sidelines after the second play of the game, probably not having many meaningful snaps at all year, he's doing a great job.
ultimately, Amir Shannon. I think every level of that play, everyone made a play. It just goes in the Cardinals' side there. Tight end couldn't hold on to it. So it'll be 4th down again, and it looks like the Aviators are set to go.
I bet you Colerain brings some pressure here.
Trying to get there. Plenty of time.
What a
Good
throw.
look.
Great
Over
throw.
top. Cameron Ray brings it in.
That was a beautiful dig route, just past the sticks, and the quarterback threw that on time. He had a good, clean pocket. That was a great job up front by the O-line. Quarterback delivered a great ball. He's starting to get into a rhythm a little bit. He really is.
And Sycamore's not afraid to throw a sophomore quarterback out there a couple years ago. I think it was the Fear kid.
Yep, Andrew Fear.
They balanced two quarterbacks because they had Fear was the better thrower.
Yep.
Here, I don't think they've had a choice to make that decision, but.
And I think the ability of him to throw the ball right now is going to open up the lanes on the inside for number 3 for Cody Charles to get going.
Looking for the wheel backside, stop and
Another
go.
great throw.
Aaron Foster makes the tackle, but not before Cario Ford picks up another first down, and that was a well-designed play. Everyone thought wheel, including myself. The man on the wheel route just kind of stops at the sticks.
He is gaining confidence throw after throw.
Especially against this Cardinal defense that's got to be tired after back-to-back turnovers from the offense.
Yeah, this has been a tough 8-game-minute stretch for the Colerain defense. They have not come off the field
Charles
once.
takes the handoff up the middle, stays on his feet. He was hit at about the line of scrimmage, but he's going to fight his way and fall down and get marked down at the 5-yard line.
Now, I'm not sure if Sycamore's coaching staff will do this, but if you watch the replay on that, if the quarterback would have pulled that, he would have scored. Because there's so much – see that on the replay? There's so much attention being paid right now to number 3 that if he gets a good pull, he might be able to score.
I think that's going to be the case.
I bet you number 1 comes in quick motion here again. Nope, number 19. They got strength to the right side. He's open the flat. Touchdown. Great play call. Great play. Oh, I wonder if that's going to be a
late hit.
I mean, I don't think that's quick enough to be a celebration yet. Personal foul.
Yep, they're going to call a late hit on the Cardinals.
They'll tack that on the kickoff, right?
They will tack that on the kickoff. Using the motion to their advantage, just getting more players on one side than the Cardinals had defenders. And it's an easy throw, and the Aviators get something going.
Tell you what, if you go all the way back to Colerain's first turnover, the game has flipped since then. Colerain was completely in control. Now they've fumbled that one. Sycamore brought all the way down into the red zone. Then they threw a pick on the next drive. Turnovers will kill you. Cardinals need to take care of the football.
So snap is back. Hold is down.
Almost
Kick
blocked.
is
Off the upright.
Off the upright, and the Cardinals miss extra point. The Aviators miss extra point.
That's huge.
2:04 to play in the first half. It's the Cardinals 20, the Aviators 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you to stop on over to this.
So it'll be interesting. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty. We'll see if the Aviators either just kick the ball into the end zone and take the touchback or try to pin the Cardinals even deeper. Kind of would think they would just kick it through the end zone, but you never know.
So let's see here. 2:04 left. They get the ball coming out of half. If I'm Sycamore, I'm just kicking this deep and just making the Cardinals
Well, I'm saying
drive.
you got the penalty. It's going to be even shorter. Just kick it through the end zone.
Yep.
Get another look here, and then it's just a simple little pattern, and really there's no one guarding here, and there's the late hit.
It looks like they brought the motion guy over and then put him into the flats. That was a beautiful play design right there.
So let's get our first look here tonight.
Back to receive for your Cardinals, number 24, Jason Young.
Jason Young back deep. But the Aviators will be kicking off from their own 45, so not the best situation here for the Cardinals in return, and we'll see a definite 2-minute situation offense with 2 minutes to play in the half.
We'll see what they do here. That's a little. That's in the end zone. That'll be a touchdown.
That's the smart thing to do. You could try to trap them even deeper, but just take the 20-yard line and go.
No reason to, especially with how well your defense has been playing the past couple drives. We'll see what Colerain does here. I think
2:04. They have all 3 timeouts to work with.
In this situation, as a play caller, you really base what you do on this drive, what you do after the first play. If you have a big run or a big play on the first play of this drive, then maybe you can vamp up the tempo a little bit and try and go 2-minute offense and try and get some points across. But if I'm Colerain here with a 2-score lead, play it safe, run the football, give the ball to MJ, take the read out of the quarterback's hands, and just do a one-way give and see if MJ can get some yards.
By formation, not to say that we give stuff away, but I'm guessing it's going to be a toss sweep to Satterwhite.
Yep, or a veer backside. There it is.
Nope, just a handoff.
Yep.
Jennings to Flowers. Flowers dragging defenders, stays up. And to your point here, see, they didn't get a huge play, but they're not sprinting to the line, but they're also
they're gonna. I bet you they'll go a little bit up tempo just to see what happens here. Because I mean, they like you said, they still have 3 timeouts left. But Colerain's not traditionally a throwing team, and in this situation, it's really tough to go quick. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw counter here. If they run counter here.
2nd and 3.
Faz, false start. False start on the. False start on Satterwhite. Looks like.
And the aforementioned sophomore jumps a little bit earlier. And that gets him a nice seat on the sidelines.
Yep. Those are tough mistakes to swallow as a coach, because it's not really a physical error. That's more of a mental error.
So the clock continues to run, and with that penalty making it 2nd and 8, to your point, you might just take your time unless you get a big play here on 2nd or 3rd down.
And maybe I don't see Sycamore burning their timeouts either. I think they just let this go to half, depending on what happens right here.
Especially knowing they get it.
Exactly, knowing you get the ball coming out of half. Maybe you want to force them to punt, force Colerain to punt, but
Jennings
there he goes. Like I said, he was due. He was due.
Cuts back. He's trying to find some
get upfield.
Bigger, maybe one too many cuts horizontally. Probably got to get up vertical.
Colerain burns a timeout.
1 minute to play in the half. Yeah. And you said eventually they're going to key the fullback so much that Jennings gets his opportunity, and there you just got to stay in your course.
And I think that's really what makes the triple option very difficult to contain and defend against, is if you have a quarterback and a fullback that are both equally capable of breaking long runs, because then as a defense you really have to play truly assignment-based defense. You can't really try and take one away because then the other one will beat you. And if you look at Colerain's best offensive teams, they've always had 2 or 3 guys in the backfield that were really good and capable of breaking long runs.
Yeah, I think there's only been 2 instances when really the assignment defense hasn't been necessary, and that's when Andy Katzenmoyer, Westerville South, blew him up in 1994, and when Luke Kuechly did the same thing in 2007. Other than that,
I remember. I was at the Moeller Colerain game at Nippert. I think it was 2012, when Sam Hubbard played safety for Moeller.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. He had like 25, 30 tackles in that game, just running alley to alley.
Takes someone special. And those are all aforementioned players that would have.
They're all legends. So I mean, there's not many of those type of guys walking around.
So Jennings going to take the shotgun snap.
Pass.
Looking underneath, not there. He's going to tuck and
scramble.
run.
He's got room. He's got to get out of bounds.
Try to find some space, makes a little dance, gets across the line to gain.
Get out of bounds.
That's a sophomore mistake. He gets an extra 2 yards, but the clock will roll when the chain
Colerain's
sets.
Still got 2 timeouts here. Go quick or spike. Kill the clock. Kill the clock. Kill the clock. Kill the clock. Everybody's set. Everybody's set. Everybody's on. Good. That's good work right there.
Jennings takes a step back, kills it, and that's the decision. Was that 2 yards worth of that extra 2 yards worth that extra 5 seconds on the clock?
Fast forward 2 years, if he has that same run, maybe even a year, he's going to get out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's just experience right there. That's just learning.
2nd and 10, ball on the 49.
Cardinals have 2 timeouts, 42 seconds, ball just short of midfield.
They do have a pretty solid field goal kicker, so if they can get themselves into field goal range, getting points right here before half would be huge. I'm thinking they might throw this backside one-way route here.
Jay Moore lined up one-on-one in the backside.
Yep,
That's
one-way
where they're
route.
looking. Jennings gets it away.
Oh, what a catch. What a catch. What a throw.
Good positioning. Jay Moore just got his feet in bounds and attacked the ball with his hands and picks it up. Another, he's going to be just short of the first down.
So now if you're Colerain here, what do you do? Third and 1, do you run the ball here just to make sure you get the first down? Or do you continue to do what you're doing?
I think you
with two timeouts,
you probably have your. I think you stay in the passing and use the 4th down for to pick up the first down.
It really depends how Sycamore is just playing them pretty much cover 1 here. They got 1 deep high safety, so there's only 4 guys in the box. Sprint out to the left.
He's got Satterwhite short. He's going to go deep and
flag. We got a flag. I wonder what
it's got to be.
Looks like a hold.
Intended receiver number 3, Aaron Foster.
Oh
no!
Roughing the passer. Wow, that's a huge
big 15 yards
call. That changes the entire dynamic of this drive.
We'll get another look at it. I didn't initially see it, but it's away.
The passer on the A's.
I didn't really get a good look at it.
That
ball is way away if that was in fact. Obviously it's completely roughing the passer because they threw the flag, but how?
I bet you he didn't hit him that hard, but it was so far late,
Yeah.
and it was right in front of the back judge that he just threw it.
So we get a look here.
It'll be first and 10,
It's not a lot of
Colerain.
contact, but it's just enough. So it'll be first down. Cardinals now inside the 30-yard line. They have 32 seconds to play.
I bet
and a
you
half.
I'm going to call a double move here from the outside because you got man coverage with Jay Moore. That's a false start.
Not
Double
called
move, I
either
called it.
way. Jay Moore, one-on-one. Throw it up, let him get it.
It's picked off. That's picked off. What a play.
And good coverage in the end zone. Interception on the play. Oh, man.
Touchback interception.
Kwame
Hayes.
Dangerfield Montgomery with the interception.
That's a all GMC name right there. Colerain did a good job right there. I mean, they showed some good stuff being able to move it, but once again, I think it's 3 turnovers in this quarter.
That's a set play there. You know what you're going to do one-on-one there, but Dangerfield Montgomery.
And I love that name. I bet you Sycamore just runs the ball here and takes it to half. They get the ball coming out of half.
You wonder if they even
They'll probably
hand
take
it
a
off
knee,
if they just
yeah.
take the knee here. Yep. They're lined up to just take a knee. You can see the way the backs are lined up. Take the knee.
It's funny being able to see a team take a knee from shotgun. Funny story, little personal story for me. I was playing quarterback in the state championship game, and we did not know, or at least our coaching staff didn't know, that you can't spike the ball from shotgun because I was terrible at taking a snap from under center. So I got an intentional grounding call on a spike in the state championship game. Cool story. Never happened again. It's a rule. That's a rule that I did not know about until it happened.
At the half,
I'll blame that on the coaches, not on me.
Yeah. So clocks will strike 0 here, in a very interesting first half here at Colerain High School as the Cardinals lead the Aviators 20-6.
At halftime, we'll go to West 24, Princeton nothing.
tune moves us into 1970. A prominent band of that era, Chicago, released our next hit, 25 or 6 to 4. And finally, everyone on their feet as we conclude our performance with the Colerain High School Fight Song. Thank you, alumni, for your years of support. We are so glad to have you back home at Colerain.
I'm at Colerain High School. Get a quick run of some scores around the city. Lakota West leads Princeton 24-0. Lakota East leads Hamilton 27-13. Fairfield over Oak Hills 27-7. Mason over Middletown 26-7. Moeller leads Ironton 14-0. St. X leads Penn High School in Pennsylvania 41-3. Wayne over Springfield, or Wayne and Springfield tied at 14. Fairmont. North leads 14-7 over Fair in the Battle of the Monts. And Eyes leads Euclid 28-7. So a quick rundown of the scores. Danny, you got some of the first half stats for us.
Pretty even statistically for both teams. Colerain gained 183 yards of offense on 21 plays. Sycamore gained 102 on 31 plays. The big stat that probably sticks out for Colerain at least is the 3 turnovers. I think 3 in the second quarter. So they're kind of they're beating themselves. Cody Charles, 12 carries, 62 yards for Sycamore. Seth Truder, the sophomore quarterback, they came in. He's got 6 completions, 14 attempts for 29 yards and a touchdown. For the Colerain Cardinals, MJ Flowers leads rushing, 6 carries, 61 yards, 1 touchdown. Corey Myrick, 1 carry, 57 yards and a touchdown. That was the fumble return.
Yeah, that's
yep,
a mistake there. It's a fumble return.
Jennings, 4 carries, 42 yards. I think Sycamore won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they will receive to start the second half.
And as you mentioned, I think the big difference that really Sycamore dominating really possession of the ball and total plays run.
Yeah, they that game was the first half of that game was really a big momentum shift type of half. Sycamore started off hot, quarterback went down, Colerain went on a quick run of 20 unanswered points, and then Sycamore seemed like they settled in a good amount and definitely forced some turnovers defensively. It's going to be a good half. It's going to be a really good half. Is there anything better than Friday Night Lights? Seriously.
Yeah,
Southwest Ohio football, Cincinnati football, Friday Night Lights on a beautiful night like this doesn't get much better.
Not much. The air is cool, crisp, and I don't think anyone can complain that it's too hot or too cold. Just a perfect autumn night.
For all our listeners out there on YouTube, why don't you give us some feedback in the comments section. Let us know how we sound, how we're doing, how I'm doing in my debut, how my boy Brandon's doing, taking over the reins. We're having fun. I hope we sound like we're having fun.
A little bit of technical issues earlier I had to work through.
That was on purpose.
Yeah.
They just don't know that. Hopefully we got it fixed so you guys can hear us. Crystal clear for the second half.
Alex Young.
And we're
Kick
off.
is away, and it's a
drop.
little pooch into a short area. Little scramble. Cody Charles is going to pick it up, but he's got all sorts of black in front of him, but comes out of it. He's got the sidelines to the left. He's got the kicker and the angle, but Foster will bring him down.
Cody Charles,
it's a big return. It's a big start.
So big start to the second half for the Aviators. Aaron Foster saves a touchdown, but not before Cody Charles takes that kickoff across midfield into Cardinal territory.
Probably see a heavy dose of Charles to start this half.
First and 10, Aves on the
So a
45.
little bit of Truder.
Truder definitely settled in that second quarter.
A little bit of maturity there for the sophomore.
Yep. It's just great experience for him. And you can tell he was ready to come in. And that's tough being a backup quarterback like that. You can tell he was ready to play.
Forward in motion, going to hand it off. Charles trying to find the edge, cuts it inside. Tripped up, but he gets about 3 on the carry.
And LaVert Jarman on the tackle again.
Brought down by Cardinals, number 20, LaVert Jarman.
It's a play they've been running heavily. Staple their playbook, bring the jet sweep in motion, and kind of run a trap
Second down,
back door
7
off
on
of it.
43.
Going to set up 2nd and 8.
We've seen this formation a couple times. Might be a quick throw to the outside.
High snap. Schroeder
Play
keeps
action.
it. He's going to look deep,
He doesn't
not
have anybody.
there. And he
Good
does a
decision.
smart thing and throws it away.
Incomplete pass intended for Aves, number 13, Cannon Ray.
Schroeder with a good decision just to let that one go out of bounds.
Yeah, that was great coverage on the outside by A.J. Foster, number 3, the corner. Big third down here, right here. Big third down for Sycamore and for the Colerain defense.
Cardinals are going to counter on this 3rd and long situation. They'll bring in their nickel. I don't know if it's a nickel or it might even be a dime package.
Yeah, it looks like they're going 3 down. They got 3 down linemen.
Schroeder takes the pass.
Curl
Looks
wheel.
right. He's got it underneath the dig route again.
That was the exact same route combo that they ran in the second quarter that Truder hit him on that dig route for the first down. They obviously, Sycamore's offensive coaching staff obviously sees something in the coverage.
First down and 10.
It's a great throw. It's a great third down throw right there. Found that little window in the defense. You got number 2 running the wheel, number 1 on the outside running the curl. Quarterback just reads the flat defender. If he carries the wheel, he throws a curl.
And I think early on it was a combination of a sophomore quarterback and the offensive line really not giving Schroeder time, but he's got
plenty of time now. Yep, and he's a good player if he can get some time to throw.
Charles patiently waiting, trying to find some space.
Cody Charles.
He's not going to find much, but he's not going to fall backwards. He'll fall forward for about 2 yards again.
It's a good first down play. Got picked up about 3 yards.
Second down and 8 on the 31.
2nd and 8, Aves.
This is that formation again. See what they do? They go 3 receivers and a tight end to that side. I'm looking if they're going to run zone to the left or throw a bubble out there to the right. Zone to the left. There it is. Yep, they've run that formation and that play a couple times. Oh,
Charles
what a hit.
keeps it. Ball's
Fumble,
knocked
what a
loose.
hit.
But I think this is going to
14 came up from the
Cody
secondary
Charles
and just
Aves.
popped
Penalty
him.
flag on the play.
Are they going to say he was down?
That was not a flag. That was
Yeah, that orange beanbag now that
a
they have for
marker.
fumbles.
Yep.
Correction, no penalty.
I bet you they flipped the formation, run the same play. Why wouldn't you?
Tayshawn Banks with a big hit. That was a fumble. That ball was clearly, so the Aviators get lucky
Third
that,
down and 3 on the 31.
that Charles can roll right on top of it.
We got the same formational look that we had the last play, just formations flipped. They've been running this a lot, and they've had a lot of success running the power zone back to the backside here. We're either going to see the same thing or a little quick pass. Same thing. Yep, Colerain's defense was ready for it.
Cody Charles does a good job of stepping out of that initial rush because the Cardinals called the play defensively, but falls forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down and 2.
Sycamore's going to go for it. They just took they took 2 or 3 wide receivers out, and they brought in some big boys up front. So it looks like they're going to go heavy personnel and just try.
Interesting
and pound
though
the
that
rock
they'll
here.
switch running backs. They bring in Zaire Washington. And
He looks like a. He looks
he's
like a
one
fullback.
of their linebackers, but Cody Charles has been very
I bet you the ball's
effective.
going to him up the middle.
That's the handoff up the middle.
First down, he got it.
He's really close.
That's
It's
gonna
going
be
to depend on the
close.
spot.
Ooh, that's a very gracious spot for Colerain. He might be short.
He needed the
I think he's short.
23.
They had to get to the 20. Turnover on downs. What a play.
Another stop on 4th down for the Cardinals as they step up. I get the play call. They have the big offensive line.
You wonder if you keep 3 in there.
Yeah, Cody Charles has been pretty much falling forward, not tackled initially all game. He's got a little bit more speed. Yeah.
If I'm Sycamore, I'm running the exact same play that they ran on the play before that, where you got 4 guys to one side and just run the zone backside.
Sometimes coaching, you can overthink yourself.
Oh, yeah. I know how that feels.
Turnover on downs, first down and 10.
Cardinals take over for the first time in the second half. Man in motion. Handoff Flowers, and he's behind a host of Cardinal blockers. Still on his feet, falls forward, and that doesn't get much easier for a read for Zay Jennings as he just hands it off behind a wall there. I think that was an outside veer, so he would have had the 3 blockers on the left side just collapsing, making an easy job.
It will be very clutch and key for Colerain offense this drive to be able to manufacture a couple first downs and stay on the field and really give their defense a break. I mean, as a Colerain offense being run-oriented, if you can go on a 10, 12-play scoring drive here, even if it's a field goal, you make this game a lot harder for Sycamore to come back and win.
Jennings
He pulls
keeps
it,
cuts it inside.
pitch the ball, Zay.
Good defensive play by the Sycamore Aviators. They closed quick, and Jennings really had nowhere to go.
See, that's just Zay Jennings being young right there and inexperienced, because if you watch this replay, he had the pitch on the outside. He read it right initially, but once you get to the outside, after you pull that initial mesh, once you get to the outside and you get to that pitch guy, if he's in your face, you pitch it out there because there's not going to be anybody there. Big third down call here.
So 3rd and 4. It's one of those in-between
Sycamore's loading. Sycamore has 8 guys, 9 guys in the box. It'd be a good time to throw a bubble out here to the left. Inside veer, nothing.
To Flowers, and he's going to be stuffed, and you got to think this time the Cardinals will send the punt to the team.
Yep, play it safe and punt.
Pushed back by Aves,
Yeah, it was almost like they put the formation to tempt them into running in that exact area and then collapse the defense.
I mean, Sycamore had 5 guys down on line of scrimmage. They had 2 or 3 linebackers. They had 1 safety up in the box.
4th down and 5 on 31.
So Cardinals go to punt formation, and it's been a struggle to say the least. We did have a switch of long snappers recently, so hopefully that helps.
All you gotta do is get the punt off. Just even if you punt it 15 yards, as long as you avoid a bad snap or a bad.
Gets it off.
Good. Nice punt. He booted that.
And this one will
That's
go
gonna
over
roll.
the
It's gonna
returner's
keep
head
rolling.
and get
It's
a
gonna keep
Cardinal
going.
roll.
Inside the 20. That's a big time punt right there.
And as much struggles that the Cardinals have had this season, that's one of the better ones they've had, and that'll be down at the 18-yard line, and that's where the Aves take over here to start their second possession of the second half.
It's a big drive for the Sycamore Aviators offense right here. If they can go down the field and put some points across, it'll make this game a whole lot more interesting.
Therapy provider of your Colerain Cardinals here at Colerain High School. And over 27 area high schools, middle schools, colleges, and professional.
Both defenses have tightened up here. Cardinals has always been kind of tight.
Yes, they are. I'll tell you what, year after year, Colerain's defense, they just always have guys.
Get back in the action. For more information, you can visit their website.
Especially young secondary will learning here on the fly. So they'll take over the Aviators, their own 18. Truder in the shotgun.
Drops back to pass, another curl wheel.
Over the middle.
Through the curl wheel route again. Looks like Colerain was ready for that.
Yeah, as many as good reads Truder's made tonight. The young sophomore, I don't know if that was the most best target there for him to go to. That looked like he was trying to throw someone open.
That's sophomore quarterback playing right there. 2-way route.
Truder takes it, looking. They're setting up screen.
Oh,
Cam Robinson is there. It'll fall incomplete. Aviators set up screen, but the Cardinals were there.
That was a great read by the defensive tackle, number 47 right there, sniffing out that screen and being there for it. Sycamore's tried to throw that a couple times. They had room out there. 47's not there. That's a big-time play by him right there.
Cardinals don't really switch to that kind of nickel package they've been running, so they do bring in Flowers to play some defense. 3rd and 10 for the Aviators.
This is a tough spot for Sycamore. I'd be interested to see right here if LeVert Jarman can get some pressure on that quarterback. They're going empty set, 3 by to one side, 2 by to this side.
Look and pressure forces Truder to go. He's got some space still on his feet. He's
what
got
a
the
run!
first down.
That's the first time he's run the football since he came in the game, and I'll tell you what, he looked pretty good right there.
Cardinals get pressure.
Great block by 64.
Cachet gets there, but Truder steps up in the pocket, finds the space, and picks up the first down. We say it's the Cardinal defense, but it's every defense. If you have a mobile quarterback, it makes it hard to defend no matter the situation.
Because if, like, just that play right there, for example, there was no running back there. They had 5 wide, and if you can have a quarterback that is capable of running the football, you have to account for him defensively, which makes it a lot more difficult to defend.
Toss, sweep.
They got the edge again. Good run.
Short side, Cody Charles
Number 3.
picks up about 6 yards of the play.
Be a good time for a Colerain forced turnover here. That right side of the Sycamore line is doing a great job of working in tandem from the first level to the second level and really picking up backers trying to scrape over top.
Ball on the 38.
Looks like we got an injured Colerain Cardinal. Number 5 is down to a knee.
Yeah, Temujin Cachet goes down the whistle here. They'll stop play.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take a moment to thank our new corporate sponsors, Rumpke, also Game On, and Pure Lawn Organic Lawn Care. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please contact our athletic department here at Colerain High School. Also, for all the latest information, photos, and videos on all Colerain.
He walks off on his own power. Looks like it might be his right arm. But I know that kid well. He's tougher than nails. I'm sure he'll find his way back on the field soon enough.
Yeah, I feel like we've been saying Cachet's name for 3 years now. Just one of those kids who's not the biggest, but plays hard and makes plays.
He's a coach. He's a coach's dream. As a coach, you want players that are reliable, that you know you can rely on play after play to do the right thing and to play hard. And that kid exemplifies it. I remember coaching him when he was a sophomore on JV. He played all over the field for us. It's not a surprise to see him doing so well on Friday nights now.
Second of 5, fake the jet sweep. Cameron Ray breaks one tackle, stays on his feet near midfield, and the Aviators have a drive going.
Sycamore, number 13.
Tell you what, Truder's throws aren't necessarily pretty, but he is delivering the ball on time and into a good catchable spot for his receivers, and they're starting to make some plays. I'm very impressed with this sophomore quarterback for Sycamore being able to come in and make some plays. Colerain's defense needs to make a play here. Needs to stop the bleeding. Empty set again. Might hand off it here.
Truder takes it. Play action looks.
Oh, I got him.
Over the top.
Overthrew him.
Cameron Ray was there on the post, but it was overshot. And the Cardinals' young secondary
little coverage bust
was
there.
Exposed.
Little coverage bust there. They dodged another bullet because that was 6 for Sycamore if that ball is thrown in the right spot.
Anywhere close. Not even in the right spot. Just
throw it to him. Yep. And those are tough right there as a quarterback coach when you see a guy running that wide open because you just want to tell your quarterback, just throw the ball short. Underthrow him on purpose because he's wide open.
Gently and short.
Yep. Give your guy a chance to make a play here.
So,
2nd and 10.
Heavy formation. They're out of the gun for the Aves.
Another hitch backside. Nope.
Another
to Charles.
Handoff. Charles. Looked like the offensive line had some push, but suddenly that line collapsed and looked like, again, Jarman with a tackle. I mean, it looks like he has the guys in front, and then all of a sudden he doesn't.
Number 14 and 21 for the Cardinals.
Tayshawn Banks and
he's making some plays tonight.
Myrick, the 2 youngins back there. I believe. Yeah, 2 sophomores back there. I mean, you're starting middle of your field is two sophomore safeties.
And there's a lot of sophomores playing offensively. This sophomore class for Colerain is very good. That should make all Colerain Cardinal fans very happy with the future to come because it's bright.
3rd and 8. Truder's got a lot of time
just chucks
to
it up. It's
throw.
gonna
That
be
was
picked.
an ill-advised throw. He had the man in the middle. Number 1, Cario Ford was uncovered, but he goes deep, overthrows, and Elorm Nevis knocks it away.
Great play by 25.
Ford was uncovered right in the middle of the field.
He was wide open. And right there, I mean, that's a sophomore quarterback just not being able to see the field.
The Cardinals, number 24, Jason Young.
So the Aves will line up to punt.
And remember, last time they punted, Jay Moore broke a real long touchdown run or touchdown kickoff or punt return for touchdown that was called back. So we'll see if the Aves can cover a little bit better on this punt return.
A little confusion from the Cardinals. Punts away. It will
Bad
not
punt.
be fieldable.
That's going to be 35 at least.
Ball kicked out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 for your Cardinals.
So we'll see where the referee walks it up to.
That's a bad spot. That was up farther. Keep coming.
In the third quarter, Lakota West 24, Princeton nothing. Also in the third quarter,
Nope, he's going to mark it at about the 28.
And in the third quarter,
That's where the Cardinals take over their own 28-yard line. 3:41 to play in the third.
This is what they call a game-winning drive possibility right here for Colerain. If they can churn the clock, get some first downs, take this third quarter down to the fourth quarter while still having possession, it will make it very difficult for Sycamore to come back. If they can put some points across, then it makes it even tougher.
Score here puts the game away.
It essentially
Potentially.
it allows for Colerain's defense to really pin the ears back and attack, knowing Sycamore's going to have to throw the ball, and I think that's when it gets dangerous.
Jarman in motion. Handoff. Flowers breaks one tackle, still on his feet. Picks up about 6, maybe 7 on the play.
Ball carrier for Colerain.
MJ's had a lot of success
MJ
running in
Flowers.
between the guards and the tackles tonight.
Tackled by Zary Washington for Sycamore.
Keeps it up underneath.
And that's all you need right there. It's a great first down play. 5, 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Has a
I've seen
triple
a lot
option
of
offense.
Jennings keep it on those midline options, but
He's going to break one here soon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's going to break one here
2nd and 4,
soon.
ball on the 34.
but when Flowers is getting 5, 6 yards a
Because
pop,
if you look at what Sycamore secondary is doing, they're playing so close to the ball. If you just get one crease on one of those veers, dives, or pulls, there's nobody else back there.
Jennings hands off fullback track. Flowers takes it off tackle.
First downs.
Tripped up, but
Yeah,
he does
it's
have
a
enough for the
Ball
first
carrier
down.
for Colerain.
Might be a little short. That's a
Nope, they're going to wave it ahead.
Brought down by
Yep,
Ames.
well, maybe.
Number 4,
Thinking about it.
Rashid Harris.
And maybe not.
No, it looks like
Now
they're
they're
going
going
to
to
measure.
measure.
That was a tough spot.
We're going to call it out here. Zaire Anderson with a really good block out ahead of that play.
That's definitely a first down. They're going to call it a first
Yeah, they're
down.
gonna Zaire Anderson, your senior captain tackle, with a really, really good block on that play.
Yeah, he did a great job working at the second level.
Correction, first down, Colerain.
Jarman in motion. And again, handoff. Flowers
There
off
he goes.
tackle.
There he goes. There he
Stays on
goes.
his
There he
feet. Now
goes.
it's one
There
man
he
to
goes.
beat.
No flags.
Cuts back.
No
No
flags.
one in
There he
front.
goes.
It's a race to the corner.
And he is
Jay
gone.
Flowers for another Cardinal touchdown. Woo! And Jay Flowers, nothing fancy, just a fullback trap. He gets it on the edge, cuts it back, and
He is really, really difficult to bring down in the open field. When he gets past that second level linebackers and he's going head on head, one-on-one with a safety or a corner, he's going to win that battle 9 out of 10 times. What a big, big drive. Big response right there for Colerain. Huge.
And it seems like all year we've been waiting for those big plays to happen, and
they're
Jay
start-
Flowers is getting them tonight.
He had a couple last week, and now he's getting more. Uh-oh, that kick is up. It is tipped.
Just
It's no good.
Not enough.
Another block kick.
That tipped almost snuck through, but another missed extra point leaves it at a 3-score game. Or excuse me, it's going to be a 3-score Cardinals.
Yeah, 3-score.
Leaves it a 20-point game. Cardinals now lead 26-6 over Sycamore.
The doctors of UC Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide award-winning
MJ's
care.
got to be over 100 yards now total. He had 61 at the half. That was probably, what, a 60-yard touchdown run?
Diagnose and treat all of orthopedic,
62-yard touchdown run?
joint, trauma, and sports medicine conditions. You can learn more at their website. It's uchealth.com and experience why we see the power of rehabilitative care every day. Again, our thanks to our friends at UC Health for their support of boys varsity football here at Colerain High School.
So MJ Flowers having himself a night, probably closer to 200 yards.
Yeah, I think the stats that I have maybe a little bit off because I know we just talked about he had a couple real long runs the first half. He's got to be 150 plus already.
He's easily 150 plus. We get another look at it, and again, it's just off tackle, and
Yep.
I don't know if that's just a trap or it's a
So they
46 give.
It's 46 belly. That's really all it is. It's just a one-way handoff, power formation, power run. Get the ball in your best player's hands and just let him go to work. It's a recipe for success for the Colerain Cardinals, and they're
Basically your option play, but you take away the 2 options, you just hand it off and block it.
And when you have a sophomore quarterback like this, running a triple option is, and as we've seen in this game, there's going to be instances where he's going to make a mistake reading a play and just try and do too much. When you just go one-way handoff like that, you take that option out of it.
Squib kick.
Big hit.
Picked
Fumble!
up by Charles.
Fumble!
He fumbled it.
Colerain picked it up. Are they going to call him down?
And they're going to call him down.
That should have been a fumble.
We'll see the replay here in Waycross. That was a new kicker. Eli Wilt was in there to kick it. Not sure why they made a kicking change, but they. And
No, that's a good call. He was down by contact. That's why I'm up here in the booth and not reffing. Another big hit. Look for Colerain's defense to pin their ears back here and start really flying downhill.
especially now when really Truder's got to go to work.
Because
Aviators can't sit back.
You're going to
there.
have to throw the ball at least half, which is what they're doing. Throws a quick hitch. It's a good ball right there.
Nevis gets it, but working on that soft spot of the Cardinal defense. It's going to pick up about 8 yards. It's just settle there, the little hitch route on the outside, and he's got his pick, and he goes with the guy on the outside.
And number 25, Lauren Nevis.
2nd and 3, about a minute 30 left in the third quarter.
That's a play since the Combs era that if any team won it, they could take, but are you patient enough to pick up 6 yards and throw?
I mean,
throw every time.
If you think about it, if you pick up 6 yards every play, you're going to score.
Fake the toss.
Oh, he's wide open. He's wide open.
Overthrew
Overthrew him again.
Overthrow.
With pressure by number 12 on Colerain. He definitely made that throw a little bit more difficult by getting in the quarterback's face before he threw it. Tell you what, Sycamore's had probably 4 or 5 chances deep over top of the Colerain secondary tonight. Wide open for 6 and just couldn't. They just haven't been able to hit those big plays.
And again, it's a balance you got to run. I mean, you got a very young secondary that's learning how to fly, but also sometimes it's just you might give up a chance for a guy to be open by applying more pressure to the quarterback.
Yep.
And Cardinals, I think, with this young secondary, are going to take the chance that we'll put more pressure on the quarterback, make him make a decision rather than our guys have to make a mistake.
I mean, this is going to be obvious, but as a former quarterback, being able to throw with nobody in my face was a lot easier than throwing with somebody in my face.
Schroeder,
wow, what a play by number 5.
Tosses it to
all over that.
To Cody Charles, and there's the young man, Kassay.
Temeskin Kassay was all over that.
He read it.
Look at him. He read that
away.
right away. Came flying out of a cannon. That's a great play right there. Big third down play. Sycamore's going to have to punt.
Definitely a film room stop there. Kassay knew exactly, saw the belly of the Cody Charles. He kind of bellies out to take the toss and immediately sees that and attacks.
I think he's seen that play enough tonight where he just saw it happen right away and knew I got to go to this spot and I got to fly with my hair on fire and go make a play, and he did. Even with Sycamore's quarterback out. Oh, that was tipped. That was definitely tipped.
Nearly blocked by Tayshawn Banks.
Pick it up.
Moore's going to take it.
Oh, no.
Let it bounce. Thought about picking up, and that was one where he looked upfield. He's got to keep his eye on his ball if he's going to pick it up off the ground.
If you're Colerain's offense, this is the exact position you want to be in at this point in the game right now with a 3-score, 20-point lead. You got the ball on your own 35-yard line. You can just churn the clock, take it to the fourth quarter, and try and go on a game-winning drive right here and put this game out of reach.
Normally you'd say you just hand it off, let your back kind of grind it out. But the way MJ Flowers has gone tonight,
keep getting the ball. Why would you not?
He might be break another one rather than work some clock.
Yep.
So,
and here's another thing. We've talked about this throughout this broadcast. You get MJ going. You get guys starting to really collapse on him because he's been so successful in the middle. And if Zay can read a triple option right and get on the edge, there's not going to be anybody out there. He's going to be gone. Same play again.
And Flowers. Yep. Aviator is ready for it, but Flowers going to fight past the line of scrimmage.
And that'll take it to the fourth quarter.
So after officially now gets to 0 after 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School. It's the Colerain Cardinals 26, the Sycamore Aviators 6. As we head to the third quarter, the Cardinals with the ball and a 3-score lead.
At the end of the third quarter, your Cardinals 26, the 8.
Take the time to thank all of you listening here on Waycross Community Television and all of you listening live on WeAreColerain.com's presentation of tonight's broadcast. All of you give a shout out to everyone listening, from Jamie Foyter to Scott Noyes, Brian Bird, Rich Carpenter, Jim and Terry Shear, Lenny Lopez listening in live. Thanks for listening. I'm going to assume that is not the real Ted Cruz, the senator from Texas, listening in. But
snacks, candy, some grilled items available for you throughout the football game tonight.
So, Brandon Wyatt here with Daniel Rod, former Colerain coach, filling in here for us. And
the new guy in the booth is me,
Yeah.
for those asking on the comments. I would appreciate your feedback. Let me
doing
know
our
how
best
I'm doing.
not to get over technical, because I think sometimes we want to be like, oh, that's inside veer, outside veer, and everyone might not know what that is.
Oh, I know. That's
46,
you
47.
can tell I'm new.
Yeah, no, you're
it's
fine.
tough,
No,
you know what I
we
mean?
got to stop
I know.
myself, too. I might have played 15 years ago, but the plays aren't that different.
No, they're not. Which is crazy if you think about it.
It's going to be Rebel and Lee, 46 and 47, over
They've
and
run.
over.
Yep, they're in two tights right now. I know half you guys out there don't know what that means, but
You know, one of the things that have gone to those two tights the couple past games, you got to Bryce Drake, the senior, lost the quarterback competition. We don't know how early on he lost it, but he lost the competition. He stepped up, found another position. He's the second tight end for the Cardinals coming here in two tights.
He was my JV quarterback last year I coached here, and I love him as a player and as a kid. He's a very team-oriented player, and if you can have a lot of guys like him on the field, you're going to win a lot of games, because I told Zay,
There
that's
it
a good
is,
pull right
Zay.
there. Yep, that's a face mask. You got to call that.
Not
He was
gonna
all
get
over his
called.
face mask.
It opened up in a little bit of hesitation by Jennings. Maybe took one a little too many stutter steps there in the middle, rather than just take this and cut.
Yep.
And didn't get the best block, actually.
Tell you what, for being a sophomore, undersized quarterback, he runs very hard.
You saw it even against the LaSalle and X. It took more than one defender to just bring him down clean.
And Colerain Cardinal fans should be very excited about him, because he's so young and he's only going to get better. I see a very bright future for Jennings at quarterback.
Sends a man in motion, step back, keeps it in again, falls inside, spins
Another
off
hard
the
run,
tackle.
first down.
And you got a sophomore running hard on the interior, on the inside veer, and not afraid to just tuck it and said, I'll get my first down here.
Brought down by Aviators, number 24, Zare Washington.
So first down from the Cardinals, and the clock is their best friend at this
First down
point.
and 10 on the 43.
Name of the game right now for Colerain's offense, just keep churning on the ground, getting 3 to 4 yards a pop, keep that clock running, stay on the field as long as they can, and they can just take this game to the bank. Still in two tights, power formation.
Jarman in motion. Jennings keeps it, tucks
There
it.
he goes,
There
bye-bye,
goes.
told you.
He has got the
They were all over
seas
MJ on
parted,
that.
and for the first time this season,
Bye-bye,
Zay Jennings
touchdown,
breaks the long
Jennings.
touchdown. Zay Jennings, the middle of that defense, finally opens up for the young sophomore, and he gets his first big touchdown run of his young Cardinal career.
He deserves that too, because he's been reading these meshes, which is the handoff between the fullback and the quarterback, where they read a specific player on the defensive line. He's been reading them right all game, and he's been giving it when he needs to give it, and he got his own chance to run, and I'll tell you what, he's going to get faster too. He's going to be a heck of a ball player.
Yeah, as the Cardinals line up, they have struggled tonight special teams-wise, this time from the kicking position. They haven't got all the punts off. Kick is up. Kick is good. And with 10:34 to play, the Cardinals now lead 33-6.
The Cardinals 33, Sycamore 6. We'd like to update you now.
Get another
with some
look.
more varsity football scores.
Here is
We're
Zay
on
Jennings,
the
and we
state.
talked about it.
Yep.
Eventually it's going to open up.
Town 14,
And like I said, that was an inside veer, not a midline
On that
option,
play
but
right there, on
still.
that replay, you could see they were reading number 52. And 52, if he turns his shoulders and collapses on the dive, the quarterback is taught to pull the ball out of the fullback's hand, out of the fullback's belly and run, and it was wide open, because you could tell Sycamore's defense is, they're tired of getting beat by MJ up the middle. So you got that's the beauty about the triple option. If you have two guys that are as good as Jennings and Flowers are, it's really difficult to stop, because you kind of just have to pick your poison.
And that safety has to respect They haven't pitched it all night.
No.
He still has to respect that guy going to the outside.
Exactly.
So he vacates the middle and it leaves it wide open.
Colerain's offensive coaching staff's done a great job adjusting their play calling as this game has gone along. Coach Rabe, the new offensive coordinator, he's finding a rhythm right now, and you can tell. It's very refreshing to see Colerain's offense being able to break some long runs, because that's been a staple of our offense for a long time, is being able to get on the open and use our speed, and it's working.
Kickoff is another squibber, and this one will stay in bounds. Cody Charles picks it up.
Nice tackle.
And
Great
Tayshawn
play.
Banks closes with a tackle.
Cody Charles.
And we talk about how young
for the A's.
this Cardinal team is. I mean, it's a young coaching staff, and it's Coach Rabe's first time at the helm running the offense.
Yep, and I think Coach Cutright took over calling the defense again this year. And before he took over as head coach, I mean, he was the best defense coordinator I'd been around. So I think that's helping a lot.
It'll be first and 10 on the 20 for Sycamore.
With a new kind of, not really a new coaching staff from a personnel standpoint, but new coaches in new positions. Obviously, it's going to take some time for them to, fall in and get comfortable with each other and kind of find their identity. But I think tonight you're really seeing that. And I think you saw a little bit of that the second half of Mason last week. And, I mean, having to play LaSalle at LaSalle and St. X, who's probably the best team in the Midwest this year, first 2 weeks, I mean, that's just tough to begin with.
Pass to Cameron Ray, and he was there, and he just dropped it.
Pass intended for A's, number 13.
No.
Cameron Ray.
So incomplete second down. And this is really when the Cardinals' defense will thrive. You just got to think between Jarman, Kassay, and Folsom, they're just going to let loose those linebackers, knowing that Aves have to pass.
I mean, and if they run the ball, luckily if you have a soft secondary like the Cardinals do right now, you'll still have guys back there to make a play. But this is definitely when it gets difficult for Sycamore, because they got to throw the ball. Here comes the boot out.
Play action,
what
and
a play.
Josiah Booker, the other linebacker for the Cardinals, and the senior with the tackle and a sack.
Brought down for a sack, number 12.
I know you have your set plays, but I don't know who he was fooling with that play action.
Nope. Like we talked about earlier, Colerain's defense can just pin their ears back and just really rush the quarterback with vigor and try and make some plays in the backfield, force some tough throws. I mean, I'm probably running a halfback draw right here. I mean, there's really not much you can call.
Sweet
Tunnel
backside screen caught, fumbled. He's got a long way to go, and he's not going to get there. Cardinals will be happy to keep that pass in front, make the catch, or let him make the catch and tackle him before he gets to the line of the game.
You almost have to go for it here if you're Sycamore. No, they'll punt.
It's one of those decisions. Do you
keep it going? Yep.
When do you concede defeat?
I think they're too deep in their own territory right now. I mean, if this ball was on like their 40, they'd probably go for it, but it's too deep right now.
Now it is a good place for a fake, though.
Number 24.
Not necessarily down in distance, but just the time-wise.
Yeah.
Running out for the A's.
Cardinals have been awfully close to blocking kicks tonight.
I'm pretty sure they tipped the last one. I mean, if they can get a block punt for a touchdown right here, there's going to be a penalty, though. Too many men on the field. Nope, they didn't call it. That's a returnable punt. That's a very returnable punt.
He's going to get blocks one side, stays in
no
front.
Penalties, no penalties.
What a cutback.
What a cutback. Keep going.
Jay Moore spins
what a return.
Around, inside to 30. And based on that return, Sycamore probably should have went for it as it gets past the line to gain, but the other way. It'll be a net of 10 yards.
Colerain,
and a Cardinal take over at the 30-yard
Colerain
line.
is 3 points away from a running clock here.
As in high school football in Ohio, 30-point lead results in a running clock. It only stops for timeouts and change of possessions.
I'm sure all of our listeners remember, but I'll never forget the 2018 season. We went up to Canton to the state championship. We had 11 consecutive running clocks, which is insane.
Now, I don't know if it's an official stat. I think St. X might break that record this year.
Yeah, they have another running clock going right now.
They have another running clock at halftime.
I mean, they're very. That's a very, very talented, well-coached, experienced,
you got
talented team.
Division I quarterback with 3 Division I linemen.
That all started last year on a state championship team.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, though, based on my experience and years with Colerain, I bet you anything Colerain plays St. X in the playoffs. It's almost it's bound to happen, and I'll bet you anything it's going to be a different ball game. Because St. X is going to play a completely different Colerain football team. This Colerain team is going to keep getting better because they're so young. You just keep getting these sophomores and juniors that haven't been playing. You keep getting them more playing time and more experience. The game starts to slow down for them more. You're going to see a lot of good things start happening. They just got to stay healthy.
Get some substitutions now for the Cardinals. They're going to get some new backs. NJ Flowers, I think, is done for the night. We got Jalen Harrell in at fullback for the Cardinals.
Senior.
He'll take the handoff and
he fumbled.
lose it.
He fumbled. Sycamore recovers.
Fumble on the play.
So don't be confused at home by those orange flags. Those are the beanbags this year that mark the fumble. They are bright orange. A little confusing with that yellow flag, but that marks the fumble. Turnover. Back to the Aves.
Looks like he just really never got a grip on it.
First and 10 on the 29.
Yeah, and the switch there, and you talk about a new snap, sometimes the new center quarterback. It's the same sort of thing with a quarterback fullback. That new mesh, it's a new person, it's a new body type, it's a new speed, it's a new, sometimes he might pull it a little bit different, or he might hold it, fullback might hold it a little bit different.
If you just look at it from a physical standpoint, MJ is a lot taller than Harrell is, so you got to bend down farther as a quarterback to be able to get that mesh.
Cario Ford takes the jet sweep.
They got the edge. They got the edge.
He's got it.
Nice run.
Near midfield, but it'll be brought down just short.
Ball carrier for the A's, number 1, Tyler Ford.
When we talk about this young team being better, they've been without their star senior all year too, Kenny Willis.
He's by far their most talented player, I think, across the board. And from what I've heard, I think he's expected to come back at some point this season, Kenny Willis. Senior cornerback, because I know probably going to use him a little bit on offense as well because he's so electric. Hopefully they can get him back, and if they can get him back in time. UC commit,
really the only Division I offer the Cardinals have for anyone.
I'm surprised, and I'd have to look into this, but I'm surprised MJ doesn't have a lot of looks because he's a really good player. Wow, what a catch! Wow,
great catch backside by the Aviators. Little double move, and Aaron Foster was in coverage with Gio Garrett.
That was an impressive. That's, as a coach, you always tell your receivers to high point the ball. For example, if you're a basketball player and you get a backside rebound and you're boxing somebody out, you want to reach up and grab that ball as high as you possibly can. Same thing as a receiver, and that's exactly what he did. He went up and got it.
Go get the ball before the defender has a chance to knock it
and it's
away.
Crazy. Some tall receivers that I've coached, they just don't understand the concept of it. I'm saying you're 6'5", go up and get it. Hand off to Charles.
He's going to take it, trying to find some space. It's going to get brought down after a short gain. We see a sprinkling of subs for the Cardinals. So you're trying to, your young team, with even younger now with the substitutions they're rolling in now.
We got about 7 minutes to go. Colerain's up 33-6. The coach in me says this game's not over at all because you never know. So I think Colerain's defense really needs to pin their ears back and get a stop here.
Schroeder takes it. He's going to look backside. Gio Garrett. I don't know who he's throwing it to.
Flag on the field.
Tayshawn Banks catches it. They're going to call, I'm going to think, is it a holding or pass interference?
I'm not really sure. It looks maybe like a
call pass interference on the Cardinals. And the thing is, it doesn't matter how uncatchable that is. There's no uncatchable in high school football, so at least in the state of Ohio.
I wonder if that's the case across country.
I would think it is. I think typically you just adopt whatever the NFHS is.
National, football, high school. I don't even know what that stands for.
I don't really know either.
It's NFHS. We'll just leave it at that.
So with the penalty, it'll be first down and 10 for the Aves. On the pass interference, it's half the distance to the goal. They'll take it first and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Under 7 minutes to play here at Cardinal Stadium.
Drop back, handoff. Charles finds some space.
And he might score.
And he's going to roll.
He's just short.
If he's not in, he's got a first down either way. Here comes that big package, and again, they bring out Cody Charles and replace him with a big fullback / linebacker. Cardinals know what the play is when you kind of bring this formation in. They know it's going.
The only thing I could think of them doing different is maybe handing off a jet sweep to number 1. Nope, straight give, 24. And they're ready for it.
Take it and lose
They're ready
4 yards.
They were ready for it, completely ready for it.
Sycamore.
I don't understand that play call at all from the A's.
Yeah, it looked to me like the running back probably should not have bounced that outside because you got all your big boys in the middle. You want to follow them up front.
Booker's there and Foster.
I mean, he was there right. Number 12 was there right away off the edge. I don't know if that was a missed blocking assignment or what, but you shouldn't have a guy come free like that right away.
So we'll go back to their standard package now, normal offense back on the field for the A's.
That's a big play for Colerain right there, keeping them out of the end zone because this clock is still running. We're down under 6 minutes to play now. Sprint out.
Shooter takes it rolling, trying to find someone somewhere.
Boom!
Throws it down.
That might be caught. That might be caught. Touchdown.
Caught for a touchdown.
Wow.
Touchdown, Sycamore.
What a throw by the sophomore quarterback.
Everyone heard boom, and he did a good job of just standing strong,
Touchdown
getting the
by
pass
number
off.
1.
I mean, he took an absolute hit and was able to deliver a strike for a touchdown. That was caught. That was a good call.
On for the
Cario
extra
forward
point
with the
for
touchdown.
A's.
We've had 3 missed extra points this game, right? Let's see if we can make it 4. Colerain's missed 2. Sycamore's missed 1.
We have 2. Sycamore has 1. And just gets this
Barely.
one off.
Extra point is
Goes
good.
through, so with 5:35 to play here at Colerain High School, it's the Cardinals 33,
In the game.
the A's of
Cardinals
Sycamore
33,
13.
The A's 13.
So as we see here, we'll probably see C. Jennings get some snaps, or we might see the switch to Drake just to get the senior some snaps at quarterback.
I'd be curious to see if they come out with Jennings or if they go to Drake.
Warts within 3 scores, you put your full ones back in and put some points back on the board. Who knows? But we're in this part of the season, I think, for the Cardinals where it's a good point, and this is kind of the first game. And this was not an easy game for the Cardinals. Sycamore is always one of the best coached teams.
Yep.
Whatever their record is, they're like Colerain. They're not a very large school.
They
so-
play hard.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've noticed about every Sycamore team when I was coaching here and watching them. They always play very hard.
I think of any program, they have overachieved more than any other program around.
I think it was 2017 when they went and played St. X in the regional finals.
The referees call St. X for the correct penalty,
Oh, yeah.
or they don't fake it, they're playing for a state championship.
Which is
So,
crazy, but I mean that just
in
shows
the same
you.
year that we beat them by 50 points.
Yep.
So this is a well-coached, well-taught team, so it's an easy test, but kind of gets to the part of the season where the Cardinals can settle in. The schedule gets a little easier,
Yep.
and your team can gel before those last 2 weeks against Princeton and West.
And those will be the two big ones.
I mean, we complain nowadays about having 70 players and barely having enough. That's something Sycamore's dealt with. They don't have a freshman team. They don't have the numbers.
You never hear them complain or make
Yeah.
excuses about it. They just find a way.
And it's not like they come from. It's not an area where you would think you'd have a bunch of tough-nosed kids, but Datillo's got a good thing going.
It shows you
with
the culture that's in place at Sycamore High School. And I think that's a testament to Datillo as a coach. I mean, he's a great guy. I've met him multiple times. He's very friendly. And you can tell his players play hard for him. And at the end of the day, that's really all you want as a coach is for your players to believe in you and trust in you and play their tails off. And if you can get a group of guys that can do that consistently, it'll be tough to beat.
So we'll try again on the kickoff. This one is going to find
It's a good spot to kick it.
no
Get out.
one there. Jay Moore's going to be forced to field it. Stays on his feet. He's kind of pinned against the sidelines. Nowhere place to go, and it'll be just short of the 30-yard line. That's what the Cardinals take over.
And it looks like
Still your one offensive line, which I think at this point for the Cardinals, I don't know if you have a 2 offensive line with the depth they have up front.
Yeah, their one is their 2. And it looks like Drake is going to take over quarterback here. So Jennings' night is done. at least for the time being.
So Bryce Drake takes over quarterback.
Just hold on to the football. Take care of the football here, boys.
Sends Xander Wynn in motion.
Counter.
Shannon's going to take it off the right side.
Great first
Ball
play.
carried for the
It's
Cardinals,
about 6
number
yards
2,
on the play.
Amir Shannon.
To your point, I think the most important thing at this point is holding the
Yep,
ball
just take care of the football.
and
On the
running the
tackle
clock.
for the A's, number 76,
Because, I mean, if you run the football and you run 3
Liskey.
plays, you don't get a first down, you're going to take at least a minute 40 off the clock.
Second out and 5
Or
on the
you
36.
fool everyone and Bryce Drake steps back and launches a play-action pass. But
I would love to see that. Because, I mean, look at Sycamore secondary. They're playing 8 yards up on the ball.
I don't know when the last time is, but just a tight end pass. Just out the middle.
Little toss
Pitch out,
sweep,
Xander
cut
Wynn
it
going
up.
to take it.
Nice cut.
Cuts it inside.
Nice run, first
Not
down.
going to bust
First
a big
down.
one, but it's enough for a first down.
7, Xander Wynn.
Play action to the tight end, just a streak down the middle.
Tackled by A's.
I don't know if we still have
Number
Y
11,
hot in the
Jackson
playbook,
Highlight.
but
That's what used to be my favorite play. We had Eric Phillips back in 2018, 2017 when he played tight end. We ran that play a lot. We actually scored on Sycamore on that. I'll never forget that. Deontay Smith-Moore to Eric Phillips.
the only 2 times we threw the ball in the playoffs in 2004 was 2 back-to-back Y hots that went for touchdowns against Muller.
You didn't need to throw the ball that year.
Or no, it was at Centerville.
You did not need to
No.
throw the ball that year. You got Goody and all those studs. Probably the best high school football team I've ever seen.
Drake looks up, and he's just watching the back judge.
Yep.
For some reason this year, I've seen this. I don't know if it's by rule. They've taken all the play clocks down or what.
It's definitely not by rule, and if I was still coaching, I would have a word.
But
because
it's not just us. It's been everywhere.
That's
There's been
interesting.
no play clocks anywhere.
And he's been taught to watch the back judge.
The back judge will put his hand
Yep,
up.
5 seconds to go. Nice little counter play. He's got the seam. Nice
And
run.
all ball. Cuts it up, and then on the hit, lost it out of bounds, and a turnover.
By Sycamore.
Not the way you want this game to end.
35, Nick Brennan.
And the Cardinals really haven't looked good these past couple drives. And
Number 6.
again, you put your second teamers in there, and maybe they show why they're second teamers, but
You still got to hold on to the football.
yeah, the most important thing is to hold on to the football.
First and
And
10.
I mean, that's what, 4 turnovers for Colerain now? I think.
I
4?
think it's 5, right?
4 or
The
5?
interception at the end of the half. I don't know if you really.
And just think about that. We scored 33 points. One of them was on a defensive touchdown with 5 turnovers. If you can fix the turnover issue and you can turn those drives that you turn the ball over into points, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, even half of them, you add 14 more points to this game. It's a completely different dynamic.
And you live with some of those turnovers because
Yeah, some
the
of them
2
are-
interceptions where there's play actions, you're trying to make a big play,
Yeah.
but
Like the fumble on the handoff, like that.
Those
that
are
can't
fixable
happen.
mistakes.
They'll get those fixed. They absolutely will.
looks like Sycamore made some substitutions out front.
Yeah, they're definitely going backups.
And no one told 56 for Sycamore. He runs back in. They're going to have to call timeout so they don't get delay a game.
Timeout, A's.
So with 3:43 to play, we look forward here. Cardinals lead 33-13. Might be a little early, but we can look ahead to next week. And again, we'll be right back here on we are Colerain. Have the game live again home. The Cardinals will play host to the Highlanders. I'm not going to say much more about Oak Hills, but Cardinals can probably have another night, much like tonight, where they can work on things. And
The coach in me wants to say anybody can beat anybody on any given day.
they were close with West till halftime last week. So,
Yes, they were.
and Coach Roden there at Oak Hills is a former Colerain
Yeah,
assistant.
great guy,
So
great coach. I've spoke with him many times. He's a great guy. He'll do a good job.
a little fumble on the snap, and the 2s for Sycamore showing off that, hey, anything you can mess up, we can mess up just as much.
As a coach, though, I love being able to get these 2s and 3s playing time and experience on Friday nights because you can't really put a price tag on that. I mean, JVs, obviously you're going to be able to get some plays in and get experience, but there's no replacement for being able to get reps on Friday night underneath the lights like this, even if it is end of the fourth quarter, the game's out of reach. Nice run by number 6. Good tackle
Takes
right
it up
there.
the middle,
Ball carried for Sycamore.
and that's the guy who made the great defensive play
Number 6,
earlier.
Dangerfield Montgomery.
Dangerfield, Montgomery, and
All GMC.
I could say the same thing. I mean, there are plays are few and far between that you remember from your days playing, but I can specifically remember coming in as a sophomore my first time against Boone County at Nippert. It's like, this is my first time out there in the field. You remember those times.
You don't ever forget it.
Yeah, those important times for these young kids and these backups that don't necessarily get their chance to shine.
Nice play by D tackle. Good play. 12 again.
Dangerfield, Montgomery.
Carrier for the A's, number 6.
I mean, if I was Sycamore,
Dangerfield,
I
Montgomery.
would just hand it to Dangerfield, Montgomery.
every time, just so we can say it.
Tackled by Cardinals, number 12.
Under 2:30 to play
Josiah
here.
Booker.
4th down. Looks like Sycamore's probably going to punt, and then Colerain most likely knee
Fourth
it
down
out.
and 5, ball at the 50. Back to punt for the A's. Number 28, Dylan Nye.
Aves in punt formation. Cardinals, I don't know if they just don't, the second teamers don't really know what the punt team is, or they're just making sure there's no fake in front of them. I think they're happy to just let this ball bounce.
Probably a combination of both.
More
Yeah.
than likely going to take a knee once they get the ball back.
At this point, just don't let anything bad happen. They'll let that roll out.
The only questionable thing here is you got to have enough time to take the knee, or enough space to take the knee in.
Yeah, if you get down on your one,
Penalty marker on the play.
Get a little extracurricular.
that's going to be a late hit or something. Coaches are not happy
Behind
with some
the
of those
play.
guys. Number 11, it looks like.
Dead ball, personal foul on the Cardinals, and just on the Cardinals. So it'll be half the distance to the goal from the 10, put it around the 5-yard line.
I think they still have room at knee, hopefully. Hey,
See on the replay, I know it's number 11, and the penalty is going to be called on for the Cardinals.
yeah, that was way behind the play.
I saw a guy come flying onto the rolling on the ground, but that was about all I saw there.
Personal foul, Sycamore.
Oh no, it was on the Aves, not the.
It was on
Cardinals.
8? Wow.
It'll be 1st and 10. Colerain on the
Oh, I guess
25.
Colerain coaches were just yelling at them to get off the field so nothing else happened.
I'm sure there was one of those where they probably might have been able to call it both ways,
Yeah.
but they caught the guy who either started it or.
Oh, it's always the second guy. Always. It's always the guy that responds is the one that the referee sees and throws a flag on. For whatever reason, it's tough to get that through the high school players' minds. They just love to respond. In that situation, just put your hands up and let them hit you. You got pads on, right?
So Cardinals will line up victory formation.
You're going to knee it out. All right, probably going to have 3 knees here.
And they worked, they'll sit here, they worked the math perfectly last week. They needed that last knee, and it was literally 40 seconds on the
Right
play
then,
clock,
yep.
40 seconds on the game
You got to
clock.
love when it works out like that.
We were trying to do the math quickly.
They'll have to do 2 more knees. This one will probably be done about 1:05, and then all they got to do is wait for it to get down 40 seconds on the game clock, and then another knee will do it.
So the Cardinals, it looked scary early, and it looked like the Cardinals were going to run away.
They settled
Sycamore
in.
came back, and then Cardinals really closed the deal here in the third quarter.
I see a lot of potential with this Colerain Cardinals team. I know they started off the season rough, 0-2, but I mean, Colerain started off 0-2 years past and been able to figure it out. With such a young team, you got to believe that they're going to continue to grow and continue to develop and continue to get better.
Right straight.
Bryce Drake takes another knee.
And even though Sycamore lost their star quarterback on the second play of the game, they're still a really good football team.
And
They still
honestly,
played really well, really
it's
tough.
hard to say indefinitely, or for sure.
Yeah, what ifs? You never
But
know.
it also changes their offense. Schroeder's a little bit more of a passer. It makes you a little bit more reliant on Cody Charles.
Yep.
The Cardinals didn't prepare for a drop back passer
Nope,
like
They
Schroeder.
they adjusted really well.
Number 13, Bryce Drake.
So that will be the final snap and play of the game. The Cardinals take another knee, and they could let this clock roll out. Here's where we'll let this one run out. The Cardinals defend their home turf. Here on Friday night, the Cardinals with another GMC victory. They defeat the Sycamore Aviators 33-13. It was a very interesting first half, but the Cardinals Looked like they were in trouble, but then made it happen.
They settled in really well, and I think big plays was the deciding factor in this game.
All right, so thank you for tuning in. I've been Brandon Wyatt alongside Daniel Rod here at Woodcrest Community Media. Thank you for watching Colerain Cardinal football.
Thanks for having me.
We'd like to invite you back next Friday night on September 17th for Colerain Cardinals will take on the Oak Hills Islanders starting at 7 p.m. Also, attention all spectators for the GNC Volleyball Colerain High School Volleyball.